Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is. Hello. So we have jumped back into this game. I'm only going to play a couple hours today, and the only reason I'm doing it is because I desperately want to try and get through Radie's route so we can start Vilio's route next week, because next week Cupid Parasite comes out and I want to play that day one. Which means I'm still going to be playing this one while playing Cupid Parasite, which honestly, I think I did the same thing with Cupid Parasite. I believe Tengoku Struggle came out and I hadn't finished Cupid Parasite, so this is kind of par for the course at this point. We just started chapter 7. Radie has announced he's leaving Circus. He's going away. And we're heartbroken and worried. We also confessed we liked him. Oh yeah, his name's also Rolita now, but I'm still calling him Radie because I'm not gonna. I feel like that's a spoiler. I shouldn't put that in the titles and stuff, so it's still gonna say Radie. I did the same thing with Jack. I'm not gonna put his actual name and things. Like, what do you mean? Rolita had dropped a huge bomb and left us, apparently for good. His whirlwind departure had our heads spinning. Ginny had jumped in to say he'd fill in the gaps once we got back to the tent. We cleaned up the show tent in a hurry and left the Sage Tower's rooftop to go back to the house tent. We also let Culavis know about Rolita's exit once he woke up. I feel like he wouldn't have woken up that night, but that's fine. By the time we returned to our house tent, Alice was there waiting for us. I'm also going to be real with you. They act like it was such a big deal that his name is Rolita instead of Radie, and I think they sound enough alike that you would almost assume that Radie is a nickname for Rolita, but whatever. It's one less syllable. Makes sense. By the time we returned to our house tent, Alice was there waiting. Welcome back. I'd like to explain the Rolita situation. Hang on, my headphone feels off. No way, did you know he was going to leave Circus? Which, by the way, we still have our pink controller with our pink shirt. We're trying to look like we're dressed for the occasion. Who do we know? Well, I mean, who does she know? That's fair. Other people know people. I did. What I'm about to tell you is classified. Do not tell anyone. We all nodded. Now that we'd sworn to secrecy, Alice launched into his explanation. It all started with the flora seeds. The capital's researching how we could mass produce them. I'm sure you're all well aware of how powerful the flora can be. They create miracles. Looking at the success of our circus project, we're planning to form similar groups to make even more flora bloom. Should the group succeed, the flowers will surely be useful for the world's growth. However, we've run into a problem. To make the seeds, we need a huge quantity of earth mana. Besides the 5 seeds we've received, there's also I felt it in the back of my throat, goodness. Alright, besides the 5 seeds we've received, there's also being made as we speak, hardly the mass production we hoped for. You truly make peak titles. I mean, I added the last part after I went with the first part because I was like, oh wait, but I'm not? ? I don't know. What's funny is no one on YouTube gets to see them. They'll never know. This project is vital to the future of the country. His Majesty has allowed us to use the Caritas Wand, a core item brimming with strong earth magic, to nurture and test the seeds, but is there something wrong with the wand?
はい。学術等による計測の結果、カリタスワンドは都市を守護する他のコアアイテムに比べ、
Researchers at the Sage Tower have conducted a study measuring its power against other core items.
半分程度の魔力しか持っていないということが判明しました。
It turns out that the wand has only half as much magic as the other artifacts.
原因は
Why might that be?
不明です。
Oh.
時間の経過で劣化したのかもしれませんが、だとすれば、なぜワンドだけが。
I just feel like I want to cough again. It's like there's something stuck in my throat. We do not know. It may be deteriorated over time, but that still does not explain why it only affects the wand. Wow. This vital historic truth could make waves through the nation. Hearing it for the first time had us stunned.
カリタスワンドの異常については、現在も学術等で調査を続けている。
People in the Sage Tower are still trying to identify the anomaly in the Caritas one? Oh, goodness.
ワンドの調査とフローラの種の量産に向けた研究。
This is an ad. YouTube, come visit us at twitch.tv/psychobuddy to see the great titles Leah makes and to get content early. Damn, I messed up the ad. It's okay. It was fine. So now we're dealing with two avenues of research, producing seeds and examining the wand.
どちらの剣でも人間よりも強い魔力を持つ土属性の幻獣の力を借りたい。
They get the snarky only one-liners. I don't know how to describe the game, so I was like, we're after a water boy and he's driving me crazy. Things like that. We need an earth-type fae with stronger magic than humans to assist us with
そこで
both.
協力者として選ばれたのが
For that, we
ラリーダとい
chose
うわけだ。
Radie. Well, guess what? Why does it have to be him? Why does it have to be my man? Why do you have to take him from me?
代わりさえ見つければ、ラリーダは皆と旅を続けられるということか。
Would Radie be able to continue traveling with us if you found a replacement for him?
リアンに力を貸してもらうのはどうかな。幻獣の知り合いが多いみたいだし。
How about we ask Leanne? He has a lot of fae friends.
もう探してもらったのよ。けどダメだった。土属性の幻獣は偏屈っていうか、人間を嫌ってる個体が多くて。
We've looked around, but to no avail. Earth-type fae are stubborn, and many of them hate humans.
しかも魔力が強ければ強いほど、そういう傾向にあるみたいなの。
Worse yet, the stronger the fae, the more enmity they have towards
だ
us.
が、実験に協力してほしいのは、強い魔力を持った個体か。
That doesn't help. We need the ones with potent magic.
そして前回の講演をきっかけに状況は改善されつつあるが、
The situation seems to have improved after your first show here.
カリダでの非道な実験は幻獣たちの間でも噂になっている。今すぐ手を貸すというのは難しいだろう。
However, rumors of a inhumane experiment in Kalita have reached their ears. I highly doubt that they'll be willing to help us.
そんな中、研究者たちからラリーダに頼むのはどうかと提案があった。
Hence the researcher's suggestion that we ask Radie.
カリダでの講
Listen,
演の際、
Radie
彼らは
is
幻獣の力を
mine.
測るた
You
めの
can't
機器を設
have
置していた
him.
そうだ。
During his first show here, they apparently installed the device to measure fae
そ
power.
して強い土の魔力が感知された。
The device
その発生源
detected
は
powerful
ラリーダ。
God. I'm saying a word that's not even on the screen. I'm trying to say a word that's not even there. The device detected powerful earth magic coming from Radie. Whew.
あの時から一部の研究者たちは、ラリーダに実験への協力を頼めないかって考えてたらしいの。
Ever since then, they've been thinking about asking Radie to cooperate with their experiments.
土属性の魔力が強くて、彼らの研究に協力してくれそうな親しみやすい性格の幻獣。
I was gonna say fae, not gay, but you know what? That's fine too. A friendly fae beast with strong earth magic who's likely to cooperate with researchers.
その条件を満たす奴は、ラリーダしかいなかったってわけか。
I can't think of anyone besides Ralita. Yeah, but he's still mine.
君たちはまだ
I quit.
旅の途中ではあるが、すでに5つのフローラを開花させ、王子の心も動き始めた状況だ。
We were still traveling at the time, but the moment all 5 flora had bloomed and His Highness's heart began to
そこで
melt,
カリダは、彼に対して正式に実験への協力を求めてきた。
Kalida's government sent a formal request for his cooperation. Is this what you had to speak with Ralita about back at the palace?
カリダからの協力要請を伝え、町に到着後、ぜひ研究者たちに協力してくれるよう依頼した。
I informed him of the request and asked him to cooperate once he arrived in the city. I thought back to how Ralita behaved on our way to Kalida. Is that why he didn't speak much? Because he was thinking about the request?
ええ。ラリーダは相当悩んでたみたいね。実験に協力すれば旅に同行できなくなるもの。
He was quite conflicted about it, you see. He couldn't join us if he decided us to cooperate after all.
アーテールでも言ったが、話を聞くだけだからな。
As I said before, I'll only give it a listen, Kay. Now that I think about it, he didn't look too enthused when we got here. He said he'd just hear them out. Why did he agree to it then?
あの毛玉が呼ばれた理由は分かった。じゃあトカゲはなんで追加で呼ばれたんだ？
Alright, we know why you summoned the furball. Why'd you summon the lizard, though? Why did you call him
ド
too?
ラゴンっていろんな意味で規格外でしょ？ワンドについて何かわかることもあるんじゃないかと思ったの。
Oh, you know, dragons are special in many ways. We thought we could learn something about the wand through him.
アーテイルにいた時点では予定になかったが、カリダに到着後、学術棟からドラゴンにも来てほしいと要請されてな。
We actually never planned to ask when we were in Arthier, but the researchers asked that he come along once we arrived.
それでビリオンも行くことになったのか。実際に見て何か分かったのか。
And he did. Did you learn anything after seeing the real thing?
いや、
Nah. His response was uncharacteristically vague. Is there something you can't tell us?
そういうわけじゃない。けど、そもそもカリタスワンドのことはまだ調べてないんだ。
It's not like that. It's just I have yet to examine the Caritas wand itself.
は？
Are you kidding?
お前たち学術棟に行ったんだろ？何してたんだ？
You went to the Sage Tower, didn't you? What did you do there? Based on what they had told us, Ralita left Circus to aid the researchers. He was conflicted about whether to accept the request, so why would he agree to it when he hasn't even seen the wand?
実は、あの時、ジーニアとラリーダと3人で学術棟に行っ
To tell you
て、
the truth, when we went to the Sage Tower,
カリタスワンドがコアアイテムの一つで、都市を守護してるのは知ってるけどさ。
I know the Cardis wand is the one core item that protects the city.
他のコアアイテムより魔力が減ってる原因なんて、俺が見たってわかんねえと思うけどな。
Even if I take a look at the real thing, I doubt I'll find that why it has less magic than the other core items.
そもそも聞いたことない話だし、ラリーダもそうだろ？
I've never heard of something like that anyway. Same goes for you, right, Ralita?
ん？ああ、そうだな。
Yeah. Are you the wand, Ralita?
やるからにはちゃんと見るけどさ。早く終わらせて、コリブスと練習したいよな。
I'll take a look. I will hurry up. I want to hurry up and finish so I can practice with Colovis.
そういやラリーダは、アーテイルにいた時に先に呼ばれてたよな。何の話だったん
My
だ？
eye just keeps watering and I don't want to rub my eye while streaming. I also have lotion that I just recently put on my hands, which I don't know if that's going to just irritate my eyes at the same time. Who am I? What a what a question. I don't know. Well, I mean, technically, so the Great Spirits imbued all the items that they made, so there's a chance that Fays... I mean, I think the real reason they're asking the Fays as opposed to spirits, because I believe these are spirit items, is because they can talk to them, and whereas spirits are a little bit harder to talk to. By the way, they also pulled you aside, Arthier. Yeah? What? In Arthier, what do you guys want to talk about?
これは土属性の幻獣だから、カリタスワンドを使ってしばらくの間やってほしいことがあるって。
They want me to do something with the wand since I'm an Earth-type babies.
そうだったのか。それで馬車の中で黙って悩んでたんだな。
So that's why you were so quiet in the
あい
carriage.
つと離れることになるのは嫌だもんな。
You don't want to be apart from Leah.
まあ、そうだな。離れた方がいいって思うこともあるが。
Sometimes I do feel it'd be better if I
結
left.
局、俺が離れたくないんだよな。
Frankly, I don't want to.
ラリーダはあいつのことが大好きだもんな。
Of course you don't. You love her. It warmed my heart to see how much he cared about Leah. Led by the researchers, we approached the depths of the Sage Tower. He said that and he didn't deny it. But I mean, I'm sure they're talking about familial
ご
love,
足労を
which is
感謝
not.
します。ここにカリタスワンドが安置されています。
We arrived. This is where we keep the Cardius wand.
いよいよか。ま、さっと見て帰ろうぜ。
Finally, let's take a peek, then go home.
どうしたビリオ、変な顔して。
What's up, dude? You got a weird look.
なあ、俺以外のドラゴンがここに来たことってあるか？
Has any other dragon beside me come here?
ドラゴンがそんなことはないはずですが。
Dragon? Never. The other researchers shook their heads in
そう
unison.
なのか？でも、この気配。
What is this I'm feeling then?
こっちだ。
Over there.
おい、ビリオ。
Filio. Rolita tried to chase after me, but I couldn't afford to slow down.
いけません。そっちは最重要機密の。
You mustn't go there. That area is the utmost secrecy. It came from the deepest part of the lab. I wrenched open the door by force and stormed in. I couldn't believe my
なんだ
eyes.
これ。
What is this?
嘘だろ。
No, wait, why are
こ
they
んなところ
here?
に。
What did you see?
あれは、あんたに深く関わるものだ。
It's deeply connected to you, Leah. Me. There's something in the depths of the Sage Tower that has to do with me. You don't care about this route? You don't care about this deeply rooted lore? You don't care about this guy who we confessed our feelings to who instantly said you're just confused? How can that be?
それを見て、ラリーダは旅への同行を諦め、フローラの種の量産に協力することにした。というわけか。
I know this route. Listen, I don't. And you get to experience it with me if you watch it with me. You get to see me lose my mind, okay? After witnessing the sights, Rolita chose to leave us and help mass produce flora seeds.
はっきりしないな。学術棟の奥で何を見たって言うんだよ。
We can hate this man together. Whoa, we're not hating Rolita right now. We're just confused. Spit it out already. Just what did you see at the heart of the Sage Tower?
それはラリーダに口止めされてる。特に、あんたには絶対に言う。
Rolita asked me not to speak about it, especially to you. Well, fuck both of you then. What do you mean? If it has to do, why would you even tell me you saw something and it's related to you? But I'm not gonna tell you because that's crazy. Filio shot me an apologetic look. Why?
多分、すべてがうまくいくまで言わないつもりなんだと思う。
He probably wants to keep it a secret until everything gets better. Vilio, do you know what my parents look like? Everything's being what exactly? I had no idea what in the world Vilio could have seen or what Rolita was trying to do.
だけど、俺は、それが正しいことだとは思わない。
IRL clickbait? I mean, goodness. I don't think he's doing the right thing, though. I'm proud that you have an opinion, Vilio, but I would love to have my own opinion. Tell me what you saw in the Sage Tower. His somber gaze was locked on me. I feel like she should be standing up for herself. This is when she needs to fight. Like, I want her to get a
あんたに
backbone.
は知る権利がある。
You deserve to know about this, Leah. Yeah, tell me.
ラリーダは、
That's all you
あ
gotta
んたを
do.
傷つけたくないから、黙ってサーカスを抜けて、全部自分一人で型をつけようとしてる。
He doesn't want to hurt you, so he left Circus to settle this stuff all by himself. I've also never seen a game that literally made... Well, you know what? I lied. I just started to say make researchers look like such trash people, but Sheen was trash. I love him, but he was just hot garbage. He doesn't want to hurt you, so he left Circus to settle stuff all by
でも
himself.
そんなのは解決じゃねえと思うんだ。
I seriously doubt that'll solve anything.
あんたが知りたいって言うなら、俺が見たものは教
I'll
えてあ
tell
げた
you
い。
what I saw there if you really want to know. Yeah, tell me. My voice broke as I tell her. My voice broke as I deliberated. I couldn't say it for a second. Whether to press him on or press him on? Press on it. I collected myself before answering. I do want to know, especially since it has something to do with me. Ralita has hidden many things from me, like his human form and the reason he stayed with me all this time. I know that because he didn't want to hurt me. That said, I'm not a child. I'm not a child. I heard this in Ariel's voice now. I don't need to be shielded from everything. I wanted to know more about him. It didn't matter what he had already rejected me or where we stood now. I still cared about him. This has nothing to do with him. This has everything to do with you, my lady.
Yes.
All right. Vilio's lips curled up into a smile, prompting a heavy sigh from Ginia.
これも機密事項なのよ。フローラの種と同じか、それ以上のね。
Ginia, oof, boy, you're going to be on my hit list, and I wanted to date you. It's connected to you, though I dropped the big bomb. I'm not going to say anymore. I will say that I hate the two stupid ass tropes. I hate Radie thinking he can tell her even though it's involved with her. Can't tell her. And I hate the good ending. I don't care. I want to erase this route from my mind. I'm not going to say shit for a trash route that made me lose my brain cells. I'm done. Okay. I'm so looking forward to this. It's going to be so good. We're not playing very long today, by the way, because I do have work in the afternoon. But I wanted to try and get further in. This stuff's also confidential, even more so than the Floracy production.
僕が責任を取る。
I'll handle the fallout if it's leaked. Oh, Colavis, huh? All of us rolled to look at
人を笑
Colavis.
顔にするためにはどうすればいいか。すごく大事なことをラリーダは教えてくれた。
Ralita taught me a very important lesson on bringing joy to other people.
僕は詳しいことを知らないけど、でもこのままお別れしたらきっと。
While I may not know all the details, I can't let you two stay separated. Us two. This is not about them. This is about the...
君もラリーダも笑顔でいられなくなっちゃうと思うんだ。
I don't think it should be about them, Colavis. Neither you nor Ralita will be happy if things continue like this. Thank you,
そん
Colavis.
なのきっと誰も望んでないよね。
Nobody wants that, right? Nobody knows us except for you 5 people, so I don't think anybody else actually cares.
僕にできることなら協力したい。
Want to help as much as I can. Is this helping? Thanks, Colavis. In that case, I was eager to continue our discussion right away, but I was quickly interrupted.
はーい。今日はここまで。
Alright, that's enough for today. Ginia. Hasn't told me the secret yet. Ginia clapped his hands.
続きは明日。みんなで学術棟に行って、その時にね。
We'll continue tomorrow at the Sage Tower. Sound good, right, Ali?
わかった。手配しておく。
Sure, I'll make the arrangements. We can just talk it out here, though.
これはとても大事なことよ。言葉で伝えるのは簡単。だけど。
I don't know what's happening. This is just the second part of the rat's route. Okay, so we're at the Sage Tower, right? 10 years ago, her parents lived here. Wink, 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 wink. And then they died. They didn't really die, right? Though, like, one was passed out from exhaustion, one was dying. But did they die? We don't actually know. So I'm going to assume it's her parents. I'm going to assume that her parents are alive, but maybe in a comatose state, and that's what's going to happen. That's my assumption. She's very much an assumption, though. We'll see how it goes. This is a very important matter. Well, we certainly could just tell you what it
あなた自
is.
身の目でちゃんと見て確かめた方がいいと思うわ。
Especially if Relita is willing to quit our troop for it. I'm sure it's our parents. I think it's, and they smell like dragons, and she said her parents worked with dragons, so it's better for you to confirm it with your own eyes. I couldn't argue when you put it that way. Whatever it must be really impactful, like with that, our meeting adjourned. Tomorrow we would go to the Sage Tower and learn the highly guarded secret. Yeah, like my parents are there. The next day, we all went to the Sage Tower as planned. I had no clue what lay ahead. We walked towards the innermost part of the tower, so nervous that none of us spoke. In the middle of the laboratory, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum. That means in all the other routes, she doesn't know that her parents are somewhat alive. That's a very common trope in Tome games. Look who it is! Oh my god, I'm so shooketh! What? Two people floated inside a mystic tool shaped like a glass spear. They appeared to be sleeping. The two of them looked exactly the same as they had 10 years ago when I saw them for the last time. They were my parents.
この人たちは
Who are they? Mom, Dad, dude, they can't hear you, bro. I ran up to the spear and pressed my hands to the glass in disbelief. I stared at the figures I thought I'd never see
お
again.
前の両親
They're your parents?
だからビリオは君に関係あることだって言ってたんだね。
Her mom is so pretty. She looks like her mom, actually. That explains why Vilio said it had something to do with
し
you.
かしこれは眠っているのか。確か彼女の両親はすでに。
If I may, are they sleeping? Her parents are supposed to be... Eon stopped short of saying dead. Maybe he was being considerate. He had a point, though. Both Spiria and Relita told me they passed away. Why are they here?
この二人は生前、検体を希望していた。そうだな。
Both of them wished to donate their bodies to science while they were alive, correct? I heard that from Relita and Spiria. No matter how much Relita used his powers, he couldn't save my parents. After that, their lifeless bodies were sent here to the Sage Tower. Relita learned afterwards that they had intended to donate the remains of the tower for the development of medical science.
じゃあこの二人は
So they really are.
彼女の両親、メリアとライチェルが亡くなったというのは、表向きの説明だ。
Her parents, Miria and Rajil, were only pronounced dead in
10年
documents.
前、二人が学術棟に運ばれたとき、この状態で生きていることが判明した。
When they were both brought here 10 years ago, we confirmed that they were both alive in this state. They're alive.
ああ、ただ特殊な事情があり、10年間この状態だ。生きてはいるが、目覚めることはない。
As I kick everything. All right. Also, they've been to the Sage Tower before, so I'm surprised that he only recognized dragon scent this time. Due to some particular circumstances, they've been stuck like this for a decade. They're breathing, but they won't wake up.
特殊な事情ってどういうこと？僕みたいに心が凍ってるのとは違うみたいだけど。
What particular circumstances? I don't think their hearts are frozen like mine was.
この二人はドラゴンの呪いにかかってる。
It's the dragon curse. Oh, Vilio, what has your kind done?
ドラゴンの呪い？
The dragon's curse?
なあ、両親が亡くなったのは仕事中の事故って前に聞いたけど、
Leah, you told me your parents died due to an accident at work, right? Yes.
当時の研究員に聞いたら、二人は俺が生まれ育ったドラゴンの島に向かうって言ってたらしい。
I asked some researchers who were there at the time. They told me your parents went to my homeland, the Dragon's Island.
ドラゴンの島それがどうして呪いにつながるの？
The Dragon Island, is that connected to the curse?
ビリオを見てると忘れがちだけど、ドラゴンっていうのは地上最強の幻獣で、そうそう人間と関わったりしないのよ。
Vilio might be bubbly and all, but remember, dragons are the strongest fae in the world, and they hate interacting with humans.
ああ、強すぎる力は毒だ。それゆえ、 ドラゴンの故郷である島、パッショは外界から隔離されている。
In essence, they are dangerously powerful, hence why the Dragon's Island, Paseo, is isolated from the outside
連
world.
絡を取れるのも王家のみだ。ビリーをサーカスに勧誘できたのも王家からの依頼だったと聞いている。
The only ones who can communicate with them are royalty. Vilio would not have joined Circus if not for this sovereign request. I never knew that. My eyes shifted towards the person in question, who quietly nodded at
そ
me.
んなわけで、パシオの周辺には許可されたもの以外が立ち入れないよう強力な魔法がかかってるんだよ。
I was thinking that too. They saw Faye, but they couldn't sniff out this. Maybe they were chemicals. I don't know. I think it's all plot convenience at this point. That's why we have strong magic barriers around Paseo. It's only authorized visitors can enter the island. Paseo, Vilio's homeland, an island of dragons in the southern sea of Paseo is completely isolated from the outside world because of the dragon's enormous powers. A powerful barrier along the outskirts keeps outsiders from setting foot on the island. Those who break in will suffer the dragon's curse.
もし許可されていない者が立ち入った場合は、
What if someone enters without permission?
呪われる。
They'll be
普通
cursed.
の人間なら、そのまま死に至るほど強力な呪いを受けることになってる。
A normal human would die because the curse is too powerful. A curse, one strong enough to kill people. My body trembled in terror at the thought. Why did they go to such a dangerous place?
待て。こいつの両親は眠ってるだけで、死んではいないんだよな。
Her parents didn't die though, they're only sleeping.
二人が死なずに生きてるのは、呪いを何かが防いでるってことか。
でしょでしょ。
でしょでしょ Can't even see that man. The fact that they're still alive means there must be something protecting them from the curse, right?
ああ、その何かは詳しくわからないけど、俺が感じ取れる限り、ドラゴンの呪いと別の魔力が複雑に絡み合って。
I'm not sure what, but I sense the dragon's curse and some other magic are tightly intertwined. A mystic barrier that drains the life force of intruders from approaching the dragon's island without permission. Once afflicted, they can't be saved unless the dragon lifts the curse. Hottie was the best part of that game. She was so cute all the time.
結果、二人の時間は止まってしまった。それが今のこの状態みたいだな。
Kiku's route like, yeah, just so you know, Kiku's in love with you. And she's like, what? Like, that was great. The outcome is that what you're seeing now. Time has stopped for both of them. Okay. Okay. So they're stuck in time.
この状態の2人が運ばれてきた10年前から、学術棟では原因究明に努めてきた。
I'm up way too early. This is when I usually start my stream. I got up early because I knew I'd have to go to work early today, so I couldn't stream as long if I didn't get up early. Alright, ever since they were brought here 10 years ago, we've been trying to find the cause.
ドラゴンの呪いを受け生きていたのはこの2人だけだからな。
They're the only humans who've managed to survive the dragon's curse, thanks to Radie. Radie. Alright, Mom and Dad had been sleeping in this place for the last 10 years. I see. I was overjoyed to learn that my parents were alive. Really alive. At the same time, I couldn't believe they'd never awoken from their slumber. I came to understand why Jinia told me to see it with my own eyes. Even with the two of them right there in front of me, I could hardly wrap my head around it. Words definitely wouldn't have been enough. Thank you for your sacrifice.
ドラゴンの呪いなんだから、君が解くことはできないの？
I can't even remember which game it was, but there was one game where I started early and my eye wouldn't stop watering, which is why I'm scared right now because it's doing it. And I'm like, my body doesn't want me to stream this early. So I never streamed that early again, with the exception of the birthday stream. And today. Say, Vilio, can you undo the spell? I mean, it's a curse from dragons and all. We watched Vilio with bated breath, but he made a sour face inside.
呪いだけなら俺でも解ける。でもさっき言ったろ。呪いの他に別の魔力が絡んでるって。
I could if it was just the dragon's curse. Remember what I said? There's more magic at work here.
この状態で呪いを解いても、絡んだ魔力のせいで、目覚めた後に体が耐えられない可能性があってさ。
Let's say undo the curse. When they wake up, their bodies may be able to undo the magic. Whew. When they wake up, their bodies may not be able to undo the magic. No way. My hope crumbled in an instant as a heavy air filled the room. Colavis, who hadn't spoken up once, broke the silence with a murmur.
ラリーダは君の両親を見て研究への協力を受け入れたんだよね。サーカスを抜けてまで。
Alita decided to cooperate with the research after seeing Leah's parents, right? He even left circus for this. His question lifted me out of my thoughts.
研究の協力を引き受けてもいいと思えるほどの理由が。
I mean, he had enough reason to accept the request. Perhaps it's... Our gaze slid over to my parents at that moment.
なんだよ。お前らも来てたのか。全部終わらせてからサプライズで喜ばそうと思ってたのにな。
You're all here too. There goes my plan. Here I thought I'd surprise you once it was all over. Relita entered the room behind us. Whatever. Relita?
その手に持ってるのは？
What's that you're holding?
これか？聞いて驚け。これこそがカリダのコアアイテム。カリタスワンドだ。じゃじゃーん。じゃじゃーん。
Oh no. Oh no. Wait, no. Yeah, that's right. Oh no. Oh no. Getting too many. Okay. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. You mean this? Guess what? This is Kalida's one and only core item, the Karita's wand. Ta-da! He playfully hoisted the wand aloft. Normally I would have had something to say, but with all of the information coming my way, I couldn't manage a word. The same went for everyone else, so we all gawked at Relita in silence.
で、まあ、そこの二人を見たばっかりじゃ、この程度じゃ驚けねえよな。
I guess this isn't too surprising now that you've seen those two. Did you know about this, that my parents were alive in the tower?
いや、俺も死んだと思ってた。
Nope, I thought they died.
だから二人がここで生きてるって分かって。
I was shocked to find they were actually alive. Relita stared at my parents, who floated quietly inside a mystic tool. Then his gaze shifted to me.
二人を見つけられて嬉しかっただろ。
You must be happy to see him again, huh, Leah? Yeah, at this rate, they'll never open their eyes again, though, right?
心配するな。それくらいラリーダ様が何とかしてやるからさ。
Don't worry, the great Relita is gonna do something about it.
なんとかするって。ドラゴンの呪いは俺が解けるけど、絡んだ魔力は。
What do you mean? I can undo the curse, but what about the other? Velia was clearly confused, but Radie cut him off with a shrug of his shoulders.
大丈夫だ。絡んだ魔力は。
It's all good. The other magic is mine. It's mine. Come again.
こいつらが帰ってきた日、お前が心を凍らせた日に。
The day they returned home, when you closed yourself
なん
off.
とかして助けなきゃって必死で俺の中にあるありったけの魔力を二人に注ぎ込んだ。
I poured all my magic into their body, desperately trying to save them.
命を活性化させる土の魔力があれば助けられると思ったんだが、原因がドラゴンの呪いだったとはな。
I thought I could revive them with my earth magic. Little did I know the dragon curse was
それを知
involved.
ってりゃ もう少しマシなやり方もあったんだろうが。
I could have thought of a better way to save him if I had known that.
この呪いはドラゴンにしか解けない。ラリーダが魔力を注がなかったら、そのまま死んじまってたと思うぜ。
Only dragons can undo that curse. If you hadn't used your magic, they would have died. He laughed bitterly at the comforting words.
そう言われればまだ救われるけどよ。結局その後、ピクリとも動かなくなった二人を死んじまったと勘違いしたのも。
It is. He said he couldn't transform after that because of how much power he used. Just like how the little boy squirrel couldn't transform for a while because he had overexerted himself trying to run away. They can be saved, but back then I genuinely thought they were both died since they weren't moving a
魔
muscle.
力の使いすぎでへばっちまって、冷静な判断ができなかったせいだ。
I wasn't thinking clearly. I exhausted all my mana.
おかげで、人型にもなれなくなってたし、二人やこいつが連れてかれるのも、黙って見てるしかなかった。
I fell asleep at that part. I wish I could have. I was not editing. Well, kinda. The reason I stopped my stream earlier yesterday was so I could finish uploading the birthday streams. And as I was putting timestamps in, I'm like watching myself go, oh, that's nice. I'm just like, oh no. I couldn't turn into my human form because of it. Had to watch in silence as they got taken away along with Leah. He must have felt responsible for that. I wanted to tell him it wasn't his fault, but the words refused to come out.
ビリオの言う通り、呪いと俺の魔力がややこしく絡んだ結果がこれだ。
Just as Vilio said, they turned out like this because my magic's all wrapped up with a curse. I'm going to put an end to it.
このカリタスワンドは土の大精霊セリウスが残したものだ。
The Caritas wand was left behind by Celius, the great spirit of earth.
時が止まった状態の二人の体をこのワンドの魔力で活性化させれば無事目覚めさせることができる。
The small comments? Did I miss a small comment? It was early. We don't blame you. Thank you. I was just like, oh, and it was at the end of one of the games, or at the start of one of the games. I was like, oh yeah, and like you can see the mouse on the screen because I don't know if I can see the mouse on the screen when I do this. Actually, maybe when I do this, yeah. So you see this, and I'm like, and then you see like that. I shake it suddenly. I'm like, oh god. I was like, yeah, no, I didn't just wake up from falling asleep. That was not what happened. All right, time stopped for him, but they should wake up if I use this one revival magic.
でも、カリタスワンドは他のコアアイテムと違って力が足りない状態なんだよね。
Doesn't the Caritas wand have less mana than the other core items, though?
ああ、今はな。だが俺ならこのワンドの力を最大限に引き出せるんだ。
For now, yeah, but I can maximize it. What do you mean? I had no idea what Ralita was saying, but he smiled without giving me an
ミ
answer.
リオ、呪いを解いてくれ。
Undo the curse, Vilio. What do you mean, sir? Vilio was somewhat hesitant at first, but he made up his mind when Ralita gave him an encouraging
裁
nod.
きの呪いを、その役目を終え、帰るべき場所へ戻れ。この俺、ビリオが許す。
You said your last name, and it didn't put it on here, and I want to know what your last name is, because he said Vilio like Nasis. O curse of the law, I, Vilio, permit thee to discharge thyself of thy duty, and thou shalt return unto thy home. His uncharacteristically dignified chant bathed my parents in bright red light. For a moment, they grimaced in pain. Mom! Dad!
待ってろ。
Stay put. Ralita stopped me before I could get any closer. He then stepped forward and held up the Caritas wand.
今、かけた力は合わさり満ちる。
The missing mana shall unite and
生
rise.
死の淡いを漂う者たちに目覚めを与えよ。
I never thought that I would see satanic Teletubbies with pink-haired Hatsune Miku first thing in the morning. She also has a red glow around her, thank you. I worked really hard on that thumbnail, but I wanted to add more, but I just didn't know what else to put. What a nightmare. The game itself was a nightmare. Free the lost souls, drifting between life and death. My parents' bodies were wrapped in light emitting from the wand. I didn't dare breathe as I watched. They opened their eyes ever so slowly, waking from their long slumber at last. Oh, we're done. It's already done. We did it. Is Vilio dead now? Is he dead? Not Vilio. You. Your eyes, you okay? Rolita peered at my face with worry. They're just a little puffy. Well, yeah, you cried a ton. Dang, son. Why did we leave this scene? We could have stayed here. Right after, why do you have a different hair color than both of your parents? No way it's that simple, man. Here's the fun fact. Because I didn't make any of those. I didn't make any of those mods. He didn't make any of those mods, I don't think. I think he just found all those mods. So my friend Max is the one who put together the Left 4 Dead thing. Like, he picked all of those mods, and then he made like a patchette, whatever you want to call it, for us to all like unlock all of those mods as well. And then I didn't know any of the anime girls. I just didn't know who they were. Ugh. It didn't even take an hour. It took 5 seconds. Right after Mom and Dad woke up, they got out of the sphere with the researchers' help. I was overcome with emotions at the sight. They hadn't aged a day. I hugged them and bawled my eyes out without caring what anyone else thought. And then somehow I left them afterwards. I didn't go like somewhere with them. The mods thing must have taken so long. He worked on it for like 3 days. He did a lot. We appreciate you, Max. I'll let him know the next time I see him. I just like, oh my goodness. Our reunion didn't last long though. Now that they had woken up, they needed to undergo some tests to check their health. In the meantime, we returned to the tent. You can meet him again once the tests are done. I've messaged Spiria too. She should be here tomorrow. It's a family reunion. Yeah, I'm kind of scared to be honest. Why? I'm so glad I can see them again, but what if I frighten them? Mom and Dad have been asleep for 10 years. In their minds, I'm still a 6-year-old girl. I've grown up. Will they accept me for who I have become? They hugged you, didn't they? I need how many bakas can I get? Miria and Rajil aren't the type to care about that kind of stuff, dummy.
10年経とうが100年経とうが、お前は2人の大切な子供だ。
Doesn't matter if 10 or 100 years pass, you're still their daughter.
のは本人たちの口から直接聞いてこいよな。
You can always ask them yourself. Be like, hey, are you okay with me being a 6-year-old instead of a 6-year-old? Thanks, Rolita. His reassuring words melted away my anxiety. Let's just rejoice over their recovery. A baka compilation. Technically, I have the one of Sensei Nono. I'm just rubbing my eye again, by the way. The one of Sensei Nono saying baka 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 baka. And so that one's nice. I just need like, I don't know, 6 or 7 more. 6 or 7 more. Just 6 or 7 more people saying baka 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 baka. Let's rejoice at their recovery. Just when I shed my worries, Zafora brought up the elephant in the room.
で、こっからはお前の話だけだま。聞きたいことは山ほどある。
I also don't know if it's always my right eye that waters. I don't know. Like, does it look puffy? I can never tell. There was one day where my eyes looked so puffy, I was like, I shouldn't be streaming. Actually, because these are my saves that I plan on using for sound clips. I swore there's one of Zafora saying baka. Wait. Say. There we go. There's a good one. Everyone, good work out there. Oh man, Luna. Luna's gonna be a good one. There it is. Shut up. There's the where he says shut up. I need Baka and Urasai. Let's talk about you now, Furball. We've got plenty of
なんだよ、
questions.
ザホラ。怖い顔して。細かいことはもういいだろ。こいつの両親が助かるんだからさ。
What's with that scary face, Sephora? Let's not sweat the small stuff. Our parents are safe and
よく
sound.
ない。逃げるな。ラリーダ。
We need to. Don't avoid it, Ralita. I can't wait for those redeem sounds. I'm working on it. I think I should be able to get to where you can redeem where it's a different sound specifically because I'm learning how to. It's all a process. I'm learning how to do it. I know how to make different sound packs now. So I think if I do it that way, I'm allowed to make different sounds for certain redemptions, which will be exciting. Throw in some Anku and Otaru. I will have to quite literally play it just to do that. I'm also trying to reach out and find if there's somebody who wants to do a review of Radiant Tale, but like a funny review of Radiant Tale. I want to try and get better at it. I also needed to work on my last one. My Cupid Parasite one was a little messed up because my notes were on a Word document. So I had like my normal screen and I had a Word document and I just wasn't able to keep track of where I was. I need something that highlights where I'm reading or like something. I know it exists. I know I can get it. I just got to figure it out. Ralita straightened up beneath Sephora's intimidating glare. The peaceful atmosphere turned tense in an instant.
僕もちゃんと聞きたい。ラリーダがカリタスワンドを使ったとき、とっても強い土の魔力を
To
感
ask
じ
you
たんだ。
something too. I detected powerful earth magic when you use the Caritas wand,
ど
Ralita.
うしてラリーダは力のかけたカリタスワンドであんなに力を使うことができたの？
How could you exert such powerful magic when the wand was lacking?
それは。
That's Is he literally just the guy? He's just the guy. The friend of his was the creator of Earthier. I can't remember the guy's name. The Prince and Sephora weren't the only ones inquiring minds on this now. Eon, Paucelia, Ginia were waiting too. And then the tension I said. Have I had a save yet? No. This is just the start of the chapter. Let's not talk about that. I don't really want to corner him. Let's not talk about that now, okay? You can tell us once you're ready.
何のんきなこと言ってんだよ。ラリーダはサーカスを離れようとしてるんだぞ。今聞かなくて、いつ聞く気だ。
He's just a casual godly fae, just normal stuff, you know? He's just a deity, leave him alone. How can you be so lax about this? He's gonna leave circus, you know? What else can we hear him out?
ザフォラ、そう責めずともいいだろう。彼女はラリーダをおもんばかって提言しているのだから。
No need to be so hard on her, Zephora. She only made that suggestion out of consideration for
お
Ralita.
もんぱかって。単に踏み出す勇気がないだけだろ。
What sort of
そういう
nonsense
のを
is
逃げ
that?
って言う。
He's just too scared to move forward. He's running away. Blah, 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 blah. Paucelia cut him off with a water
ザフォ
magic.
ラ、少し落ち着こ
Let's calm down a little, please.
う。バスハリア、お前、せめてなんか予告してから魔法を使え。
I have to go back and make that answer, but honestly, this is a great outcome. Paucelia, you ass! At least warn me if you're going to use your magic. Zephora coughed and sputtered for a while. The water must have gone down the wrong way. Oh dear.
確かに無理強いはしたくないけど、僕もザフォラの意見に。
I want to know too. You don't seem too keen on coughing up the explanation, though. Ralita winced.
そうだな。あんまり言いたくねえ。結構重めの話になりそうだからさ。お前らに受け止め
Pretty
てくれるか。
heavy stuff, bro. I doubt you can handle it since this is pretty heavy stuff. We can. Look how strong we are. I found out my parents were alive today and I didn't even cry for like more than 4 hours. Remember what you said before? My mom and dad won't mind if I'd grown up because I'm still their daughter. The same goes for us. At this point, we can look past whatever it is. Ooh, you're worried about. What if he's a murderer, my girl? What if he's all like, before I met you, I used to go to towns and kill all the school children. Just the children. I didn't touch the families. I wanted them to suffer. Like, are you sure? Anything? You don't know this man. No matter what happened or what's to come, you're still our dear friend. I took his hand, hoping to convey our feelings. His hand was freezing cold, so I gripped it tightly to warm him up. Please tell us we'll listen. After a short silence, Rolita smiled at me with gentle eyes. Thanks, Lee. I'll explain. All right. Rolita took a deep breath and began talking.
まず、コリブスはなんとなく感づいてたみてえだが、俺は幻獣じゃない。
I guess Colibus has sensed it. I'm not a fae beast.
俺は土の魔法で作られたただの動く人形。
I'm just a living doll created from earth magic.
少なくとも最初はそうだったんだ。
Or I guess I should say I was one at first. Around 1,000 years. This is what I'm saying. Like, in his mind, her being 16, everyone's really young for him. Heck, even I forgot her mom's name, the one that raised her, not her actual mom. Around 1,000 years ago in Chalita, I keep adding an H to that. Celis loved to indulge in research, and one of his projects was making a giant tree. All kinds of creatures gathered under the tree to mix and mingle, fae beast included. They longed to walk and talk as humans. Deeming it an interesting avenue of research, Callias granted their wishes. Upon learning of this, Arthier asked Callias to help him out.
人間と契約なんかしたくない。僕は研究に集中したいんだ。
I don't want to make a contract with humans. I'd rather focus on my studies. Arthier wouldn't give up, so Cilius gave him a task.
契約したいなら、僕のために高い塔を作ってみろ。
Build me a really, really tall tower if you want to make contract with me. Arthier built the tower as instructed, but it wasn't enough to satisfy the mighty spirit.
こんなちっぽけな塔じゃ何も研究できない。もっと高くしろ。
I can't do my research in this tiny tower. Taller, I say.
まだ低い。もっとだ。
He's basically immortal. He already said that too when he was playing his little game of who could date you. He basically said he didn't like Leanne or Vilio as a partner for her because their lives are different. Too short, make it taller. Cilius assumed Arthier would quit in the face of his unreasonable demands. Contrary to his expectations, the man kept on building the tower higher and higher. Fabies and Kalita citizens alike were moved by Arthier's efforts and lended him a hand. Despite that, they fell short of Celius's demands. Arthier couldn't make the tower any taller with modern technology, so he nearly gave up.
こんなので僕を納得させようなんて、肩払いたいな。
If that's why he drinks just a bit, it's a hobby. Maybe he's like Bender from Futurama and he has to drink in order to survive. You really thought you could satisfy me? You make me laugh.
力のない人間に幻獣よ。これが大精霊セリウスの力だ。
Weak humans and Fabies. Watch closely. This is the power of the great spirit Celius. The stage tower was finally completed with Celius's magic.
素晴らしい塔だ。いいだろう。僕の知恵を貸してやる。
Such a wonderful tower. Fine, I shall lend you my wisdom.
元々の塔は君が望んだ完璧な塔ではなかった。
でそう。
むしろほとんど君が手を加えた形だ。
I couldn't build a perfect tower you wished for. It was only completed thanks to your
それ
touch.
でも協力してくれるのか。
Despite that, you're willing to help me?
僕は完璧を目指している。だが、完璧はつまらないものだ。
I've always aimed for perfection, but Oh god, perfection is
完
boring.
璧なものは手を入れる必要がなく、そこで終わってしまっている。
Perfect things don't need to be revised. You can leave them as they
不
are.
完全なものにこそ発展の芽が、あらゆる可能性が秘められている。
And perfect
研
creations are
究
like
のし
growing
がいがあっ
buds,
て面白い。
filled with hidden potential. It was worth the experimentation and fun to
それ
boot.
と協力をするのは、お前たちを見ていて、新しい研究課題を思いついたから、その例だ。
Plus, I came up with a new research pursuit after watching you all, so consider this my thank
研
you.
究課題
What kind of pursuit?
得なんて一つもないのに、塔を作るお前の姿を見て、幻獣と人間は手を貸した。
Even though Fae Beast and humans gained nothing for this, they helped you build the tower after watching you
それ
struggle.
は心があったからだ。心があるから、彼らはお前を思い行動した。
It's because they have a heart. Your efforts touched them and spurred them to assist.
僕はこれからこの不可解な心を作る。
I'm gonna make this enigmatic heart. Watch me. And he goes, zap. And with that, Arthier formed a contract with Celius. Kalida's government was soon immersed in the specific research project. The project was to create the creation of a heart. A heart resided in the body. Hence, before creating the heart, Celius made a body to carry it. With the same magic he used to give Fae Beast human forms, he built the body out of clay. That body was
お前
me.
はこの大精霊セリウスがありったけの魔力を注ぎ込んで作り出したこの世で唯一無二の自立型ゴーレムだ。
The only independent golem in this world that I, the great spirit Celius, create with all of my magic.
心を作るため、この世で一番感情豊かな種族である人間を作ったつもりだが。
To make a heart, I plan to make you a human, the creature with the most emotions in the world.
表情が乏しいのを除けば360度どこからどう見ても人間。なんて素晴らしい技術。
Aside from your lack of expression, you're obviously a human from every angle. Such wonderful
これ
technique.
から人の世で心を自然と学んでいくだろう。つまり僕は心を作ったということになる。
I believe you'll naturally learn how a heart works in the human world. Now then, I have successfully created a real mind.
自分の才能が恐ろしいな。
What sensational talent I have. He's giving. I don't know what, but he's giving.
おい、こういう時は何か反応しろ。僕を褒めちぎれ。
Hey, you've got to react at times like this. Worship me.
ちぎる。
Keep you.
違う。変なところで区切るな。僕をちぎろうとするな。ちぎれないが。
No. Don't cut off the words at such a weird spot. Where or with whom will you ship me? This is all wrong. Or with whom? Get it? He's giving crazy Sheen. He's giving the inventor from Edward Scissorhands.
褒めるのはこうだ。セリウスはすごい天才だ。さあ、繰り返してみろ。
Ahem. Here's how you worship someone. All hail Celius. What a genius. Go on, repeat what I said.
セリウスはすごい。
All hail Celius. What a genius.
棒読みなのが気になるな。
Your tone really ruins it.
まあいい。お前が心を手に入れた時こそ、僕の研究は完成する。しっかり学べよ。
My project will be complete once you acquire a heart. Study hard. I spent a long time interacting with people in Kalita to learn about the human heart. People laughed when they were happy and cried when they were sad. I discovered what could spark joy and what stole it away. However, my appearance hadn't aged from a moment I was created and never would. People started becoming suspicious of me, so I went to Celius for advice.
なるほどな。それなら、幻獣の姿も取れるようにしてやる。
See, in that case, I'll give you a Fae Beast
幻
form.
獣なら年が変わらなくても不審がられないだろ
Nobody gets suspicious of Fae, even if their appearance stays the same over many
人
years.
間を作るはずじゃなかったのか
Didn't you want to create a human, though?
僕の研究の結果、ただの獣は単純な感情しか持ち合わせない。
Through my study, I have found that only an ordinary beast has simple
しかし
emotions.
魔力を持つ獣、つまり幻獣は人と同じように思考し、同じような感情を抱くことが分かったのだ。
However, a beast with magical powers, a Fae beast, has similar thoughts and emotions to a
ただの
human.
獣にも同様の処置を施したが、こちらはうまくいかなかった。
I tried applying the same treatment to an ordinary beast. It didn't go
もしか
well.
すると魔力を持つ者だからこそ、人型と人語を手に入れることができたのかもしれない。
Perhaps only those with an innate magical power can obtain human form and speech.
セリウス、話が長い。
Get to the point already.
なんだか生意気になってないかともかく、人間でも幻獣でも、
You sure have
心の
gotten
ありよう
cockier,
は同
haven't
じだか
you?
ら問題ない。
In short, humans and Fae beasts have similar minds, so it shouldn't be a problem.
それで、この姿なのはなんでだ
So, what's with this
毛
body?
むくじゃらで、機能的じゃない。せめて今からでも、人間の時と同じくらい足を長くしないか
Not only do I have excess fur, but it's totally inefficient. Can you at least make my legs as long as my human form?
その見た目で足だけ長いと化け物だ。愛くるしい方が受け入れられやすく、心の研究も進むはずなんだ。
Well, it sounds like he should have actually been stuck as a human, not as a Fae beast, since he was a human form before a Fae beast, but whatever. I'm not creating a monster. People will warm up to you easier if you look lovely, and my research can progress, no
エン
complaining.
リルなどのように凶暴な見た目では人間と馴染めないだろう。
You really think that you can get close to a human if you look as barbarous as a Fenrir?
あの幻獣に人型を与えるときは僕も相当緊張したからな。鋭い爪、でっかい牙。野蛮だ。
I was quite nervous when I gave that Fae a human form. Those sharp nails, huge fangs, my, how vicious. I want to see it.
セリウス、また話が長い。
Just cut to the chase.
生みの親に対して文句を言うな。ともかくそのラブリーな姿はアーテイルも間違いなく気に入る見た目だ。
That's how you treat the person who brought you into this world? Anyways, you could even capture Arthier's heart with your cuteness.
これなら子供相手にも近づきやすい。子供は感情むき出しで大人よりも不可解だ。つまり研究が進むということだ。
You can bond with children this way too. They're more mysterious than adults, yet more expressive. My research shall advance. Ha. Once Celius granted me a Fae form, my life in the city became much more convenient. No one asked about my age anymore. On the other hand, I felt real isolated since I wasn't human nor Fae beast. My complex grew more and more over time. One
セリウ
day...
ス、来たぞ。重要な話ってなんだ
Oh, I'm here, Celius. What important thing did you want to talk
その
about?
まま動くな。
Stay there, huh?
お、
A searing heat rang through my forehead.
成功したな。さすが僕だ。
It's a success. I'm such a genius. A hard object was embedded between my temples.
なんだこれ石
What is this, a stone?
それは土の活性化の力を凝縮させたカリタスだ。これがある限り、お前は僕が消えても動いていられる。
I condensed earth, revitalization magic into this Caritas gem. As long as you have this, you can still move around even once I'm gone.
消える何言ってんだ
Gone? What are you saying now?
カリダも随分発展したし、アーテイルとの約束は果たせただろう。僕がいなくても問題ないはずだ。
Kalita has developed quite a lot, and I've kept my promise with Arthier. Everything should be fine without me.
それならこれからは研究だけに集中すればいいだろうなんで消える必要があるんだよ
You can just focus on your research. There's no need for you to disappear.
他の大精霊同様のことをするまでだ。
僕もアーテイルのおかげでこれまで様々な研究をすることができたからな。
The other great spirits are doing the same thing, and I've pursued plenty of things already thanks to Arthier.
土の魔力を凝縮させたワンドを残す。これがあれば、ある程度のことは何とでもなるだろう。
I'll leave behind this wand a concentration of my earth magic. It'll help you out to a certain extent.
だが、最高傑作であるお前を土に戻すのは尺だ。それだけは避けねばならん。よって、ワンドに入れる力の半分はお前に入れた。
I put half of this wand's mana into you since you're my masterpiece. I don't want to see you turning back into dirt. I'd hate it.
なんだそれ。めちゃくちゃだな。
What the? That's messed up.
めちゃくちゃ褒め言葉だな。僕は自分の研究を優先したまでだ。
I'll take that as a compliment. I just prioritize my research.
最低限の力は備わってるんだから何の問題もない。それに何度も言っているだろう。
I still have a bit of my power left. I'll be fine. Besides, remember what I've told you over and over again?
完璧なものはつまらない。
Perfection is boring. He chuckled when we said it at the same time.
わかってるじゃないか。そうだ。完璧なものはつまらない。
So you do remember, as I've said, perfection truly is
何度
boring.
もお前も半端者だから努力し、成長するのだからな。
Both you and that wand are still incomplete, so make sure you keep on growing.
そんなだから偏屈だって言われるんだぞ。同じ大精霊でも、オリエンスの水の大精霊レーベは民に愛されてるってのに。
That's why they call you an eccentric. Levy is also a great spirit, but her people treat her with love and respect.
その基準がおかしいんだ。僕たち精霊からすれば、人間に甘いレーベの方が偏屈なんだぞ。
What a ridiculous notion. For us spirits, Levy is the odd one since she coddles the humans.
さて、これまでは行動範囲を僕の力が及ぶカリダのみにしていたが、もうお前は自由だ。
You've been bound to Kalida to stay within range of my powers, but now you're free now.
見聞を広めて、たくさんの人と会うがいい。そしていつか、僕が目指した結果へたどり着き、僕の研究を完成させておくれ。
Expand your knowledge and meet more people, complete my grand experiment, and bring about the results I've always dreamed of.
それから、セリウスも他の大精霊同様、力を注ぎ込んだアイテムを作って消えた。
Like the other great spirits, Celius created an item filled with his mana and vanished.
セリウスのおかげで、自由と永遠の命を手に入れた俺は、あちこちを転々としながら過ごした。
I gained freedom and eternal life. Thanks to him, I spent my time in different
そんで、
places.
今から10年前にお前の両親に出会って今に至るって感じだな。
And then 10 years ago, I met Leah's parents, and the rest is history. So, the parental figure you mentioned before is the great spirit Celius. I didn't see that coming. Technically, I thought it was half Fae, but I did see that part coming. Now it all made sense why he knew so much about Celius back when we discovered the discussed the show program.
ラリーダはカリタスワンドの片割れみたいな存在ってこと？
Does that make you the other half of the Caritas one?
そういうことだ。ワンドの力が他の都市のコアアイテムの半分しかないのも、俺が使えば補強できるってわけだな。
Bingo, kid. The wand's only got half as much power as the other core items, but I can make it stronger. So you can't keep traveling with us because...
本来、大精霊が作ったコアアイテムってのは、国を繁栄させるために使われるものだ。
Core items were originally made to help the country flourish.
身の上がバレちまった以上仕方ねえ。俺は、コアアイテムの半身として、この力を国に捧げる。
Now that the truth has been exposed, I'm going to give this power to the country as one half of the core
これから
item.
は、フローラの種を量産する任務に就くんだ。
My mission now is to mass produce flora seeds.
そんな顔すんなって。もうおもりも必要ないし、代わりじゃない本物の両親だっているだろ。
I want you, Rolita. You stupid idiot. Does that work? Is it working? You stupid trunk squirrel. I want you, Rolita. Oh. His eyes widened at my brash admission. Oh, the girl has guts. It's not what you think, is it, all right? I cleared my throat and corrected myself, willing my feelings to reach him. I need you, Rolita, not as my parent, substitute, or my caretaker. I don't care what your role is, or whether you're in human or fairy form. I just want you to be with me. I treasure you. Like the gem in your forehead. Frankly, I want to say I loved him. Not wanting to burden him with it again, I opted for treasure instead. I don't care if you're immortal. I'll make it work. Don't you worry. I can find a way. Rolita offered me a soft smile. I appreciate your feelings. It's more than enough for me, but it's not enough for me. Don't you get it? Man, you know what? I didn't realize how close immortal and immoral is to each other. I told you I want you to be happy, right? So I'm begging you, just be happy for me. I want to see you smile. I can't smile if you're not with me. Do you not understand? That's all I want. I got choked up upon hearing that. Rolita had worked hard to make me smile again after I lost my parents. He even sacrificed his freedom and saved my mom and dad to make that happen. Is there nothing I can do for him?
旅を続けることはできないの？フローラの種を作るのはそれからでも。
You really can't come along with us? Why don't you make the seeds after?
フローラの種を作るのは急ぎみたいでさ。旅が終わるのを待ってる余裕はないらしい。
Making the seeds is extremely important. They can't wait until our journey's over.
俺はカリタスワンドの使い手みたいなもんだ。簡単に持ち場を離れられねえよ。迷宮森だってそうだろ？
I'll put in Monsieur if I have to. At least he likes us. I'm like the Carthier's wand master. I can't leave my post that easily. Same thing applies to the Labyrinth Sentinel, doesn't it?
まあ、確かに似たようなもんだよな。コアアイテムと同等の存在にうろちょろされても困るだろ
う。Yeah, one way or another. I mean, we can't have someone as important as a core item just wandering around.
その通りだ。これよりラリーダは半永久的に国に仕えることになる。
He's right. From here on out, Rolita is appointed to a semi-permanent position, serving the nation.
ただ、家族はいつでも会えるよう、最低限の配慮はなされるはずだ。
At the very least, we'll permit you to see your family anytime you wish. Oh, thank you. I knew Alist was making a real compromise. It wasn't like we were parting ways with Rolita because he wanted to either. Circumstances just didn't allow for us to be together. He had to help produce flora seeds. Since this is an issue of national interest, Rolita won't let off the hook, no matter how much I puff and pout. He's given me so much that I can't do a thing for him now.
ラリーダはいつまでサーカスにいられるんだ?
How long can you stay with us?
まあ、早い方がいいってことでな。明日にはカリダの学術棟に移動しようと思う。
I'm planning to move into the Sage Tower tomorrow. Sooner the better, you know. That soon.
では、明日は朝からラリーダの送別会だな。
Let's throw a farewell party for Rolita tomorrow morning then.
それなら、明日は朝から酒飲んだっていいよね。
That means I can drink in the good old AM, right, Leah? I mean, you're an alcoholic, so you drink anytime you want, Rolita. Just for tomorrow.
そんな暗い顔すんだって。国宝としての俺様の暮らしは超ゴージャスなはずだ。心配するな。
Come on, brighten up a little. No need to worry about me. I'm a national treasure, you know? I'll be living like a superstar. Rolita was all smiles in his effort to cheer us up. It didn't work, though. We were feeling so down. Despite the gloomy atmosphere, we returned to our respected tents once it started getting late. Does that mean Rolita's with you in bed, in his little hammock? Are you still awake, Rolita?
起きてるぞ。どうかしたか?
I am. What's up? His voice rose up from the hammock nearby. It crushed me to know this was our last chance to talk. My tears threatened to spill out at any moment. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I mean, that's true. You're in Fae Farm, right?
そりゃこのハンモック、人型じゃ乗れねえからな。どういう意図の質問だ?
Well, this hammock will snap if I lie here in my human form. Why are you asking? I got up from my bed and walked closer to the hammock.
なんで俺を抱き上げてって、待て待て待て
Why are you picking me up for? Wait, hold on. Why?
何じゃねえ俺をベッドに連れ込もうとするな
Why are you really at? Don't take me to your bed. We always slept together until recently.
それは俺が人型になれなかったからで。
I couldn't transform back then. But we're family, right? Plus, you're gonna leave tomorrow, so let me sleep beside you. That'll be enough for me. Still a no? Rolita had been flaring his short limbs, flailing, not flaring, in an attempt to resist, but he went limp in surrender then. Fine. I know there's no stopping you at this point. Rolita curled up in my bed. Thank you for indulging me. This was my last night with Rolita. I wanted it to be special. Maybe this was a little too bold of me considering I had feelings for him. I figured it'd be fine since he was only sleeping near me and in his Fae form at that. I feel like I'm still a little kid again when you and I chat like this. Speria would force us to sleep early and we'd slip into bed together. If I had trouble sleeping, you'd tell me a bedtime story. I remember them all. A lake guarded by a big fish, a volcano where fire spirits are born, a mysterious tree filled with limited sweet water, an island path that only appears at night due to the ebbs and flow of salt. Were all the other based on your experiences? Ever since he parted ways with Celius, Rolita was a nomad who never settled in one place until he met my parents, that was. He must have seen all kinds of places, more than we did during our trip.
ああ、だいたい俺が実際に見たやつだ。多少脚色してるやつもあるけどな。
Yeah, I've seen most of them in person. Some parts might have been a little embellished. Oh, I wanted to travel the world with you again, Rolita. I accidentally let slip my heart's desire. I'd wanted to keep it all to myself, but my lingering drowsiness loosened my tongue. Yet Rolita apparently felt the same way. Me too.
俺もお前と旅したかったよ。
I wanted to travel with you too. I was taken aback. I never expected him to agree with me so
1000
openly.
年生きてりゃ、いろんなものを見てきたわけで、各都市の穴場とか五大都市に及ばずとも面白い村や町を知ってるんだぜ。
I've gone loads of places in my 1,000 years. I know tons of lovely villages and secret spots in every city in this world.
お前に案内してやりたかったところはたくさんあったんだ。なんで知ってるんだって怪しまれると思って言えなかったけどな。
There's so many sites I wanted to show you, but I could never bring it up because it might have been too suspicious of me. Let's travel together once you finish your duty then. You should be able to leave for a while once you're done producing flora seeds. I know, when Circus's journey comes to an end, I'm gonna ask his Magi to let you travel with me, so I wanted a promise I could hold on to while Rolita was away.
王様に願うほどかよ。そうだな。いつかそうなったらいいな。
Do you really have to ask the king for that? I hope we can do that one day. Even though we were the same mind. Even though we're of the same mind, he wouldn't make it a promise.
とにかくだ。俺は明日からカリダで頑張る。そんでお前は旅を続けるんだろ?
I'll work hard in Kalita while you're on the road again.
サーカスの奴らと一緒ならきっと大丈夫だ。最初はどうなることかと思ったけど、あいつらみんないいやつだから。
You'll be fine. You've got all these guys with you. I know our first impressions wasn't really the best, but they're good fellas.
だから、お前を任せられる。元気で、幸せにな。
That's why I can leave you in their care. Be healthy and happy, Leah. I couldn't tell him how much I wanted him to stay, how much I didn't want him to leave. To comfort me, Rolita stroked my hair with his front paw, and eventually I fell asleep. Just the idea of this cat man just petting her. It's like she's out of it now. I jumped out of Leah's bed and shifted into my human form. She let out a little groan when her bed shook. Equipped with new features, cleaning agents Rolita has successfully been downsized. Now I can bring him around. We'll be together forever. Hee hee. What the heck is she dreaming about now? Sorry. I can't be with you forever the way you want. I knew she wanted to be with me. However, I was an imperfect being. Oh, back to being imperfect. I couldn't give her a normal, happy life no matter what. The best I could do was foster an environment where she could get that for herself. Maybe I'd already done that when I saved Rajil and Maria. Everything's gonna be alright. With all these people around, you'll do just fine without me. I'm the one who's gonna struggle. She sleeps in her normal clothes. At least sketch pajam jams on her. Are we for real? He's also in, like, no. He transforms into this outfit. That I can be fine with, but she's in a... That's a lot of work. I love him. No, we're gonna focus on the minute details. Not that he's kissing her in her sleep. She can't I gingerly kiss her forehead. How would she react if she woke up right now? Look at him. I'm looking at him, and I'm disappointed. I doubted I'd ever find out. But that was fine. I'll have no regrets as long as you can live a joyful life, Leah. So please, be happy. Then you wouldn't need me any longer. I sleep in my normal clothes all the time. Yeah, but do you sleep in a full dress full of frills? No, you do not. I've slept in jeans. Listen, jeans aren't as bad as what she's wearing. I raised myself up on the bed. A faint light was spilling into the tent, so the sun must have been up already. Morning, Rolita. Where'd you go? I couldn't find Rolita in my bed, nor in the hammock. Did he go to eat breakfast first? He should have woken me up. I headed to the common area and found Eon bursting with energy as he prepared our breakfast. Morning, Eon. Sorry, I couldn't help you out. I should have woken up earlier. Prim, are you telling me you're just an NPC in a video game and they gave you one outfit? Like, what is this? I sleep in winter jackets? Like, I'll sleep in a zip-up hoodie, but like, it's alright. It may be Rolita's farewell party, but this event is also for you. For me. Who would rejoice as their dear family member departed? I will handle the meal, so you just prioritize Rolita for today. Okay, thanks, Eon. Have you seen him around at all? He has not come to the common area. Is he not in the tent? No, I wonder what happened. Welcome, dear traveler. What are you talking about? Everyone emerged from their rooms one by one, except for Rolita. Where in the world did that furball run off to on such an important day? Is that NPC like, kinda. The beep boop part, not as much, but the welcome dear traveler, very much. I'll go look for him in town. Maybe he got into trouble or something. Philia was about to leave the tent, but then...
全員揃っているか？
Are you all here? Alice stopped by our place.
アレスト、ちょうどいいところに。今、ラリーダがいなくなって大変なんだよ。一緒に
Perfect
探して
timing,
くれねえ
Alice.
か。
We don't know where Ralita is. Can you help us find him?
そのことで来たんだ。
I'm here about
ラ
that.
リーダなら、学術棟にいる。
Ralita is at the Sage Tower. Why? Deso. Without filling us in on the details, Alice escorted us to the tower laboratory. My stomach churned. I wonder if something bad had happened to Ralita. But Ralita seemed the same as ever when we saw him. Thank goodness you're here.
たく、心配かけさせやがって。学術棟に先に行くならそう言え。
How dare you worry us like that? If you were coming here, you should have told us.
事件に巻き込まれてなくてよかったよ。あ、でも送別会どうしよ
I'm glad you're safe, but what about the farewell party?
学術棟の屋上に食事を持ち運んで、送別会をやるのはどうだろうか。
Shall we bring the meal to the rooftop and hold the party here?
それならラリーダも移動しなくて済むね。
Ralita, you can just stay and wait here then.
ラリーダ、どうしたんだ？さっきからだんまりだけど。
What's wrong, Ralita? You've been silent the whole time. Ralita hadn't said a word since we'd arrived. He'd only stared at us blank-faced. What is it, Ralita? My timid question finally got him to speak.
お前たちは誰だ？
Who are you people? Okay.
お前たちは誰だ？
Wow, this man was all like, I don't want to think about her, so let me just erase her from my mind. Blue, whoa! Not how I wanted to start my day. Yeah, he's got amnesia now. Who are you people? Who are you? Who are you to say that to me, Ralita? Hey, Bun Buns, how are you? I'm a little sleepy. I'm going to be playing for about another hour and a half, so we'll see if we get to an end of another chapter in that time. That's a dumb plot point. You think that amnesia's dumb? Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't even know. We don't even know why he has amnesia. How are you, Blue? Ralita stared at us with eyes as hollow as glass spheres. Huh.
冗談やめろよ、ラリーダ。今日はお別れの日だってのに。
Can we play Amnesia instead? I don't own Amnesia, so I can't play it. I mean, I own Amnesia, the horror game. And if you really think about it, Amnesia, the Otome game, is also a nightmare. Because could you imagine getting amnesia because a fairy bumps into you while traveling through different dimensions? And then you have to trust your bad memory. It's dumb if he's faking the memory loss. I don't know. Today's our last day with you. Stop messing around.
お別れの日?
Last day. He raised a brow, looking truly lost. Ralita isn't one to deadpan joke like that. You really don't recognize us.
忘れるって何をだ?
Recognize us? Do we know each other?
かん
Stayed up till 6 a.m. because I was scared. Wait. I was scared to be awakened in silence after watching scary vids for 3 hours before bed. Did you watch Left 4 Dead 2? Is that what you're talking about? My VOD? I got it. What scary vids were you watching for 3 hours? Why were you watching scary videos at midnight, my friend? His skeptical question. Were you really watching the Left 4 Dead VOD? His skeptical question was like a blow to the head, and it was had me reeling.
あーちゃん、これは一体どういうことかしら?
What in the world is happening here? I like spooky things, but I don't deal with them. That's fair. Honestly, I was having some strange dreams after the 18-hour stream, and then I had my dinner, and then I went to bed, and it had been over 36 hours. I was just... Exhausted. What in the world is happening here, Ali?
今朝、学術棟の研究者が、塔の前にラリーダが立ちすくんでいるのを発見した。
This morning, the researchers found him standing transfixed in front of the stage
彼が
tower.
ここに来るのは今日の夕方を予定していたため、不審に思った研究者が話しかけたところ。
They thought it was suspicious since he wasn't supposed to be there until evening, so they tried to talk to
その時
him.
点ですでに、ラリーダは記憶を失っていた。
As it turns out, Rolita had already lost his memory.
放置するわけにもいかないから、急遽保護したということだ。
They couldn't leave him there, so they ushered him inside.
今のラリーダの状態、
Rolita
記憶
has
喪失ってこと？
amnesia. How can that be?
いや、記憶喪失ってだけじゃないよな。明らかに別人みたいな態度だぞ。
Apparently, so Max said he was watching my stream at one point for the Left 4 Dead. I just thought about this. And he's like, you didn't even react. There was like apparently a person flew in the background. I'm like, I'm going to be real with you. I probably didn't notice. Jay, hi. Jay here has made our Discord super, super cute yesterday. I spent a good 15 minutes scrolling through all those things. So we have a bunch of new roles if you guys haven't gone through yet. It looks like a lot of people have. I'm seeing some that have like 5, 6. A lot of us want some not safe for work content. Thanks to Prim. That's true. Yeah, Prim made really cute pictures for it too. Oh my god, it was so cute. I loved it. This bunny, this little chomper is super cute. Super hecka cute. I don't think it's just amnesia. I mean, he's like an entirely different person. Ooh, I'll take a look after I eat something. What are you gonna eat?
今のラリーダは、なんていうか、冷たい感じがする。
I agree. Rolita is using more expressive. Is usually more expressive, but he seems. How do I put it? He's being really cold.
気配が、まるで別人みたい。
I don't feel like that's Rolita at all. Rolita didn't bat an eye, even though Colovis had called him cold.
記憶を失っただけで。
We might go out to eat, like to where? Like, what's the mood? What's the vibe? Is it drive-through situation, or are you going to sit down? Like, is it a Chili's day? That's I'm in a good place, actually. Is it a Sizzler day, or is it like a McDonald's? Dine in? Hot damn. Does one's personality change when they suffer memory loss?
ただ記憶を失っただけじゃ、こうはならないはずだ。
He wouldn't be like this if he only had amnesia. Not entirely true. Just like characters have character development. If you have amnesia and you lose the part of you that made you learn a lesson, you lost that lesson. Ooh, I want to eat at IHOP. We actually have an IHOP here that has alcohol in it now. Fun fact. He wouldn't be like this if he only had amnesia. IHOP has IHOP has burgers and they have steaks and they have chicken fried steaks and stuff like that. They're not just breakfast, but they're great for breakfast food. But it's only I don't actually. Blue is an hour ahead. It's 12 o'clock for Blue right now, I think. So it's noonish. Question mark? Am I wrong? Do I know what time? I want French toast. Hot damn, that's a good choice. I like getting their crepes. It's known for being a pancake place. That's true. Yes, it's called International House of Pancakes is what the IHOP stands for. Before you arrived, we conducted a few
彼の持っ
tests.
ていた力はすべて、カリタスワンドに移されていることが分かった。
We discovered that all of his power has been transferred to the Cardius wand.
その結果、ラリーダは記憶とともに感情も失ってしまっている。
They used to have this delicious strawberry stuffed French toast. I dream of it. Man, that's like me with Jack in the Box. They used to have this delicious turkey sandwich that had like the best sauce on it ever. I used to get that every time. Where is Asia? Is she sleeping? Oh no, she's not sleeping. She's what's that word again? What's that word again? Lurking, because she doesn't care about Radie. As a result, he has lost his memory and his emotions. What? He lost them, really? He could die.
感情もなくしたから、
別人みたいになってるのか。
That explains why he's acting like a total stranger.
けど、昨日は確かにあんたのテントで一緒に寝てたよな。
Didn't he sleep in your tent last night, though? Let me go grab her from where she's hiding. Yeah, he was the same as ever before we went to sleep.
調べたところ、カリタスワンドの保管場所に侵入者の形跡があった。
Roddy's protective. I love him. Well, right now he's got amnesia and no emotion, so... And he's hot. That's true. He is hot. I'm pretty sure he probably has a temperature all the time. We also found that someone has broken into the room housing the Cardius wand.
おそらく彼は深夜のうちに学術棟へ忍び込み、自分の持つ力をワンドに移したんだ。
Switch. He probably snuck into the tower last night and transferred his... I started yawning when I started stretching. Whoa. He probably snuck into the tower last night and transferred his powers to the wand. Why? I want him so bad. He's so fine. He chose to have amnesia.
ラリーダ自身が力を放棄し、カリタスワンドを完成させた。と言った方が
Put
正しい。
concisely, he gave up all his powers to make the wand whole again. He gave up all his power.
昨日のラリーダの説明だと、ラリーダが今生きてるのは大精霊の力のおかげなんだよね。
Based on what we heard last night, Ralita has only lived this long because of the Great Spirit's powers, right?
それを放棄するなんて。
Don't understand why he'd give that away.
まるで自殺みたいなものね。一体どういうつもりで？
Practically death. Just what was he thinking? Death. Why, Ralita? Why would you do this?
とにかくだ。俺は明日からサーカスの奴らと一緒ならきっと大丈夫だから、お前を任せられる。元気で。
His voice and expression from last night were vivid in my mind. He told me he was going to work hard here in Kalita while I traveled, so why has he done something so drastic? Ralita, you... My mind was such a muddled mess. I couldn't even cry. I didn't feel
と
real.
もかく、現時点でわかることは、今のラリーダは全ての記憶と心を失っている。
In any case, we know Ralita has lost both his memories and his heart.
セリウスに生み出された時のまっさらな状態に戻ってしまっている。ということだ。
He's essentially reverted back to a blank slate as he was when Celius created him. Alice gave us a more detailed explanation after that, but it went in one ear and out the other.
おい、よそ見してると転ぶぞ。
Hey, eyes up or you'll trip. Actually, watching where you're stepping is literally watching your feet, so get the fuck out of here, Sephora. Sorry. We returned home after our talk in the Sage Tower. We were all still extremely confused. My steps were faltering and unsteady. I felt so unreal, like I was dreaming. Ralita sacrificed himself. In transferring his powers, he all but killed himself. Leah?
まずはテントに戻ってあったかいものでも飲もう。
Let's head back. Okay. I don't know why I just got a random pop-up, but I did. Let's head back to the tent and drink something warm for now. I'm just gonna go to my room and
あな
cry.
たの好きそうなフレーバーを買ってある。戻ったらすぐに入れよ
I'll get your favorite flavor of tea and brew it for you. You still mad at Sephora? Why would I be mad? It's not like he spent an entire year not writing me. It's not like he was all like, I love this girl and let me not talk to her for 12 months. That's going to show her how dedicated I am and what a great father I'll become to our children. Thanks. I could only nod at everyone tried to lift my spirits.
おい、毛玉。お前も黙ってないでなんとか言え。忘れてるって言っても当事者だろ。
Ooh, we're taking him with us? Nah, he can stay. He chose to do this. He can stay. Furball, say something. Don't just stand there. You may have amnesia, but you're still involved in this.
無視するとはいい度胸だな。
You've actually got the guts to ignore me.
毛玉って俺のことか？
By furball, do you mean me? The Sephora didn't have it in him to make another sarcastic quip. He went quiet with a sour look on his face. I looked up at Ralita myself. Now that he had shifted his powers to the Caritas wand, the core item was just as strong as the others. It would be more than enough to mass produce the flora seeds now. For all intents and purposes, Ralita had freed himself to return to us. He didn't have to stay in Kalita as long as the wand had enough power. I'm happy he's with us again, but not like this. Sadness threatened to overwhelm me every time I looked at him. His face was devoid of its usual spirit. What should we do now? I couldn't think of anything. Ralita always came to me when I was feeling depressed. He soothed me, listened to my every word. Radie's cuter in his animal form. Yeah, I think I made it very clear in my title. I'm not a furry. Boyfriend doubles as your pet. You know, that's the same. That's the same thing. Oh dear, no. I mean, you can put a collar on your boy. You don't have to. He doesn't have to turn into an actual squirrel cat. He doesn't need to do that. He can just stay a boy with a collar, which is still cute. The Ralita with us now just tagged along without saying a thing. The kind, gentle Ralita who always went out of his way to lend a helping hand was nowhere to be found. No shifter romance for Leah, no cat boys. First off, that's not, whoa, you've gone too far. Keep Kiku out of this. There's a difference with having animal-like qualities and being a furry. That is not the same. He can turn into a dog. I'm not sleeping with him when he's a dog. I'm not a furry. Where's that butt? I know you're thinking about it. I'm not a furry. What do you mean? What do you mean, where's the butt? Same with Radie. He doesn't have animal-like characteristics when he's a person. He's just a person. I feared I'd lose my way amidst the gloom and dark of the world without him. Why don't you go talk to Leanne? Go to Cheers. He can shift, but not romancing him as an animal. That's so true. Right then, Leanne. A little girl in front of us tripped on us and bumped on the road and toppled over. Her ice cream miserably dropped to the ground. Oh no, I had to help her. Ralita beat me to it though. He was already standing next to the girl. For a time, he stared at her in silence.
No. どうしてお前は泣いてるんだ?
Why are you crying? What? Instead of helping her, he asked that question with a wholly blunt effect. What are you saying, Ralita?
何って。心を学ぼうとしている。
I'm just trying to learn about heart. How can you... The Ralita I knew wouldn't do such a thing. He walked towards the girl, comfort her, and tend to her injuries. He'd have empathy. But this Ralita, he didn't understand. He continued to stare blankly at her. It's like they had to reset her cell phone, and now she's lost everything that made her cell phone hers. And she's all like, where do I even start? How do I even install an app on this thing? The Ralita I know really is gone. I wanted to help out the poor little girl, but I was too stunned to move. Help the little girl, man. Be like, hey, little girl, it's all right. I know you tripped on that stone. That stone's a meanie little stone. Let's stand up. Here's, I don't know how much ice cream costs. Here's 5 row. Go on. The other circus members stepped in on my behalf. I hit the wrong button.
君はとっても可愛いから、風の精霊さんにいたずらされちゃったんだね。
This sounds like a flirt line, doesn't it? The wind spirits must be playing around with you because you're so cute. Paucelia crouched down in front of the girl wearing a captive smile. Surprised, the girl stopped crying and studied him with wide
で
eyes.
ももう大丈夫。水の精霊さんが君を励ましに来たよ。
You'll be okay. The water spirits are here to cheer you up, see? Paucelia gracefully waved his hand. I think 5 row is like 1,000. It said 1,000 or 100 row is enough to buy an apple. How much would an ice cream cone be in this universe? I don't know. When he did, a horse made of water appeared in the air and galloped circles around her. Whoa!
よし、次は俺だ。転んだ膝が痛いよな。血は出てねえみたいだけど。
Alright, it's my turn. That must have hurt a lot. I don't see any blood, thankfully.
痛いの、痛いの。燃えちまえ!
Okay, that was a little bit too intense for a little girl that tripped on the sidewalk. Pain, pain, burn away! Leo shot a big flame into the sky. Sugoi! Clap, 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 clap. The girl rubbed her teary eyes and started clapping as Vilio fired off blast after blast. After that, Zephora approached her.
おや、お嬢さん、ソフトクリームを落としてしまったんだね。僕が魔法で時間を巻き戻してあげよう。
Little lady, looks like you've dropped your ice cream, huh? Shall I turn back time with my magic? He covered the fallen dessert with a handkerchief.
3, 2, 1, それ!
3, 2, 1, ta-da! When he whisked away the handkerchief, the ice cream was completely gone. Where'd it go?
よーく探してごらん。近くにあるはずだよ。
Look carefully, it should be nearby. I found it! She pointed at Eon, who was holding an ice cream in his hand. He must have gone to buy one while the others were distracting her. He stood still, holding the treat, not saying a word. Is he a scary man? Eon did look pretty imposing when he was silent, so I couldn't blame her. Clovis walked up to her with a smile.
大丈夫。あのお兄さんは怖くないよ。ほら、見て。
Don't worry, that man isn't scary at all. Look. He raised his hand and cast a spell. Flowers blossomed all around the big guy. I figured they had sprinkled some seeds around Eon beforehand. Wowee! Eon made a simple bouquet with the flowers and gave it to the girl along with the ice cream.
足元には気をつけてくれ。時間は何度も巻き戻せないからな。
We can't rewind time over and over again, so watch where you step.
ありがとう。
I will! Thank you! She beamed so brightly that her earlier tears might as well have been a mirage. Taking both the ice cream and the bouquet, she waved at us as she trotted home.
今の動作に何の意味が？痛みは消えてなくなったりしない。
Why did you do
時間
that?
も巻き戻ることはない。
Her pain didn't go away and you didn't turn back time.
嘘をついてどうするんだ？
Why did you lie? I was speechless. He didn't understand a thing.
今のは少女を喜ばせようとしてだな。
We were trying to make her happy.
嘘をついたのに喜ぶのか？
Lying to her would make her happy?
理解できないなら、その辺で口を閉じとけ。
Just shut up if you don't get it.
そうだね。今までのラリーダと違いすぎて困っちゃうかも。
I don't really know what to do with you since you're so different from the old Ralita.
口を閉じろ。なぜだ？俺はセリウスに言われた通り心を知ろうとしただけで。
Or were these guys when I tripped and ate dirt? In a fictional universe, actually. They were nowhere nearby. Shut up, why? I'm just trying to learn about the heart as Salili instructed.
心なんて、お前はもうとっくに知ってるはずだろ。
Except you've learned enough about that already. Ralita's lips parted in surprise.
さっきの子供の対応だってそうだ。相手のことを考えてパフォーマンスしろって。お前が教えてくれたんだぞ、ラリーダ。
How that kid reacted. Ralita, you're the one who taught us to perform with an audience in
俺
mind.
が？
I did that.
そうだよ。
Yes.
俺は知らない。今の俺に
I
心は
don't
ない。
know anything. I have no heart.
どう
I'm
して
the
お前は
Tin
声を
Man.
荒げるんだ？それは怒りか？
Why did you raise your voice? Is that what they call anger? I don't know, man. This is Vilio's face contorted in frustration and sorrow. Ugh. I tried to say something, but words failed me. I couldn't even face him. This Ralita was more than a departure from the one we knew. He was a total stranger. I couldn't help but mistake him for the usual Ralita. since he looked the same, but he was a completely different person on the inside. He stood there at an impasse, lost for what to say. An unexpected interloper broke the
や
silence.
かましいと思ったら、あんたたちなんでこんな往来で喧嘩してんだい？
Just when I thought it was getting loud over here, why are you squabbling in the street? My head snapped at the familiar voice. Spiria, I forgot Radie contacted you
あ
yesterday.
あ、ウール便が届いてね。
Yep, I got his
にし
post.
てもあんたたちひどい顔だね。一体何があったんだい？
What in the world happened? You guys look terrible. Radie erased his memories. We escorted Spiria back to our tent and filled her in on everything that went down.
ラリーダが大精霊セリウスに作られたゴーレムで、自分の力を使ってメリアとライジェルを救って。
Let me get this straight. Radie is a golem created by the great spirit Celius, and he saved Miria and Rajil with his power?
でも力を失って、記憶と心が作られた当時に逆戻り。ね。
After losing that power, he returned to a state where his memory and his heart were in their infancy. Having grasped the situation as well as could be done, Spiria heaved a sigh.
それでラリーダはどのくらい重症なんだい？
Bad's his condition.
俺たちが話すより、実際に会話した方が早いだろ。
You'll learn that faster if you talk to him.
ねえ、ラリーダ。今僕たちはどうして悲しんでいるんだと思う？
Hey, Radie, why do you think we're feeling sad? Radie looked at each of us in turn.
ああ、今のお前たちは悲しんでいるんだ。
So, you're feeling sad now? Looking as if he had finally understood, he blurted out something strange.
これは相当だね。
Well, that doesn't look good at all.
ああ、トカゲの方がよっぽどマシな仕上がりだ。
You said it. Even lizard brain's way better than this. Video lacked his usual gusto for a comeback. Like, what do you mean by that? Radie made up his mind to quit circus and work at the Sage Tower. I never expected he'd end up like this, though.
昨日はいつも通りだったもんね。変なところなんて全然なくて。
He was his usual self yesterday. I didn't notice anything off about him. Why would he go and do that without telling us first? Spiria fell into thought for a time, then spoke up.
こないだアーテイルに帰ってきたとき、ラリーダとあんたは喧嘩しただろ
The last time you went back to Arthier, you two were at odds,
う。
right?
親代わりになってほしいわけじゃないってさ。
I recall you saying you didn't want a substitute parent. Mm-hmm.
両親の代わりになってほしいわけじゃないっていうあんたの気持ちも私にはよくわかるよ。
I get how you feel, why you wouldn't want someone to take their
でも
place.
ね、今の話を聞いて、ラリーダの気持ちも理解できた。
But after listening to you, I finally get how Radie feels too.
多分ラリーダは血のつながりを特別に思ってたんだと思うよ。
He probably thinks blood bonds are something special.
だからあんたの親代わりを必死で務めようとしてたんだ。
That's why he was trying so hard to act like your parent. Special why?
ああ、ラリーダにとって作り物ってことが夢だったんだろうね。
I think Radie sees being a spirit's creation as a
世界
setback.
の誰ともつながらない孤独な存在だからこそ。
He's a lonely soul who isn't related to anyone in the whole wide world.
血のつながりがある家族は特別に見えてたんだろうよ。
That's why he sees blood-related families' connection so special. Even though Spiria was making assumptions, what she said made total sense. Radie looked so nonchalant that I doubted he ever even knew we were talking about him. Is that why he was so fixated on people's relationships because he felt inferior?
ラリーダはずっと自分より本物の両親があんたのそばにいるべきだって考えてたんじゃないかい？
I bet he thought your real parents should be with you instead of him.
だからあんたのそばにいるって決断して旅立った矢先に。
So just when he finally decided to stick with you for good?
俺がこいつの本当の両親を見つけちまって。
I found her real parents.
だからラリーダはこれで自分の役目は終わりだって。
That's why he figured his job was done. Man, Filio clenched his teeth mid-sentence, enduring some great pain. This isn't your fault, Filio. In fact, I'm thrilled to know my mom and dad are alive. I'm to blame here. I couldn't convince him how much he means to me. Because of me, Rolita I couldn't hold back any longer. My vision blurred in an instant and my tears surged forth. Nothing I could do would stem the flow. Rolita tilted his head at me. Why are you crying? Come on, Rolita.
人は嬉しい時も悲しい時も涙する不可解な生き物だとセリウスは言っていた。
Celius said humans
なんで泣いてる
are mysterious creatures and they cry when they are happy and sad. Why are you crying now? Deso. I've lost you. I never knew how you felt. Rolita. Because I never knew how you felt or even tried to understand. I was too busy pushing all of my feelings onto you. If only I'd realized I could have stopped you.
なぜだ
Why? Seriously?
一人減って二人帰ってきた。一人分得をしたんじゃないのか
Oh, Rolita. Oh, my sweet little angel baby. Oh, hear me out. If I give you $5 and you give me back $2, that doesn't mean my life, just because I have 2 bills, my life is better. Doesn't mean I'm better off because I have 2 bills instead of 1. One person left and 2 people came. You have 1 more person now. How could you say that? I balked at his thought
お前の
process.
知るラリーダもそっちの方が得だと思ったから実行したんじゃないのか
Didn't the Rolita you know do the same because he thought the same thing? It's not about numbers. He was more important to me than anyone else in the world. His expression hardly changed even though I was lashing out at him. It ticked me off and broke my heart all at once. Come back, Rolita. Please tell me this is all a joke. I clung to him, tears slipping down my cheeks. Rolita stood stock still, not saying a thing. It's like the shampoo question, like 2 in 1. What is this the question? I'm curious. Whenever I cried, he would rub my back and ask me what had happened. Rolita. I could call for him again and again, but I never would hear his gentle voice no matter how hard I tried. This man, Rolita, simply stared at me, watching me break down.
あんたには少し時間が必要だ。いろんなことがあって取り乱してる。
You need some time, Leah. You're shaken after everything that's happened.
落ち着くまで2人で喋ろうじゃないか。
How about you and I chat till you've calmed down some? Spiria tenderly escorted me away from Rolita. I plodded along with her as we left the common area, in tears, I might add. No more tears. No more. I cried some more after we entered the tent, but my tears had finally ran dry. Drink this if you've calmed down. I brought the mug Spiria gave me to my lips. It's warm and sweet.
蜂蜜レモンだよ。あんたが風邪をひいたとき、よく作ってあげたっけね。
It's honey lemon water. I made it when you've been cold.
ちょうど材料があったから、いいように持ってきてもらったのさ。
Y'all had the ingredients, so I asked Eon to bring them to me.
あんたが風邪をひいたときは、ラリーダはいつも、俺にできることは何かないかって右往左往してさ。
I know whenever you'd get sick, Rolita's always whip himself up into a fluster like, is there anything I can do?
あの小さな前足で、一生懸命レモンを絞ってくれたのを覚えてるよ。
I remember he'd squeezed lemon so hard with just his
人型に
paws.
なれない期間は、もどかしかっただろうね。
He must have been frustrated since he couldn't turn into a human back then. Spiria, don't make me cry again after I just stopped.
悪かったね。つい思い出しちまってさ。
Sorry, that just popped into my
それ
head.
で、これからどうするつもりだい？
What are you gonna do now, Leah? Cry some more? Thank you for asking. Huh.
ラリーダのことは学術棟に任せてさ、メリアとライジェルと、また家族3人で暮らすってのも未来の一つだよ。
Could always entrust Ralita to the Sage Tower and live with Miria and Rajil again.
これ以上、あんなラリーダをそばで見ているのは辛いだろう。
It must be painful to see Ralita up close like this. You're not wrong.
ゆっくりでもいいから、自分の気持ちに向き合ってごらん。
No need to rush, but try to be honest with yourself. What do you want?
お前たちは誰だ?
I was so taken aback when he asked that. With such a lifeless look in his eyes, I couldn't even dredge up tears. My brain refused to process what happened. I thought my heart might lock up again.
人は嬉しい時も悲しい時も
He looked the same and sounded the same, yet his words were so alien to me I could have cried a river after that. A storm of sadness, loneliness, and pain overwhelmed me. My heart was on the verge of breaking. Even so, crying won't change anything. My wish won't come true if I don't say it out loud. There was only one answer I could give her. I want the old Radie back. I'm gonna make him remember everything he's lost. When I said that, Speria let out a big sigh and smiled
あんた
again.
ならそう言うと思ったよ。
I knew you'd say that. Well, get ready. I did. Watch me go. Go. Watch me, Nene. Gone to Roddy's point of view. They're yelling at Radie. The atmosphere became even heavier after those two left the common area. No one said a word. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a
こ
knife.
れは怒りなのか悲しみなのか
Is
それ
this
とも
anger,
もっと
sadness,
別の感情か
or a different emotion entirely? I looked at each of their faces one by one, studying their expressions. Unfortunately, I still couldn't tell what they were feeling.
おい、なんでたんまりなんだよ、ラリーダ。
Hey, why are you so quiet? Leah? Why did you say that? Did I break something? You need to, oh God, what do you need to tell me? Oh God, did someone post something in Otome? I don't see anything in Otome. What happened? You're cringe? I'm cringe? Why? Because I know good music? What's wrong with that? You okay? It's fine. I have music playing all the time in this head. It's constant. It never stops. In fact, some of the songs are so old, you guys don't even get the references when I start to sing them. So it's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Why are you so quiet? I thought you were going to tell me something exciting. Like they gave us a date for Virtue Evermore, but no, that wasn't it at all. Watch me, Nene. Yeah, watch me, Nene. You know. None of you said
そう
anything.
いう空気は察せるようになったんだな。学習能力はそこそこ高いのか。
So you can read the room, huh? You learn quick.
さすが、大精霊様の作ったゴーレムだ。
Guess that's the Great Spirit's golem for you.
心を作るために生み出されたから、もともと人の心の機微には敏感なのかも。
That song was out when I was in the 4th grade. When did that song come out? Oh my God. It's so old. I mean, if it came out when you were in the 4th grade, you're older than the song. So, haha, look at you. I don't even actually, I don't even, that's the only part of that song that's in my head. I don't actually know who sings that song. Song, Nene. Let's see, that might help. Oh, perfect. Salento. Oh, it's called Watch Me. Watch Me. Watch Me. When did this song come out? Does this tell? 2005? No, 15. 2015. That song's only 9 years old. If you were in the 4th grade, means you're about 9 when it came out. So you're like 19, 20. I'm so sorry for you. You played it on loop and I'm cringe? Okay. I only listened to it when it was on the radio. God. He was made for a heart, so he must be sensitive to the intricacies of the human
こ
psyche.
の酒飲みがそんな繊細だとは思えないがな。
I can't imagine this drunkard being that in tune with the
俺
universe,
は酒
honestly.
飲みだったのか？
I drank.
そうか。今のラリーダは酒の味も覚えてないのか。
I was around that age, maybe younger. Oh, it's too late. You said it. The current Relita does not know the taste of alcohol.
君はよく飲みすぎて、あの子に怒られてたんだよ。
I would bring my birds to school. Your school would let you do that. My school got mad when my friend brought a rat for show and tell. Leah often scolded you not to drink too much. Who's Leah?
さっき泣いてた女の子のこと。
The girl who was crying just now. Leah feeling somewhat uneasy. I mulled over her name.
俺を見て一番取り乱したのは彼女だ。
Yeah, imagine going to sleep in this outfit. Oh my god. She was the most distraught when she saw me. Does that mean?
俺と彼女は親しかったのか？
Was I close with Leah?
そうだな。自分たちから見ても、二人の間には本物の家族以上の絆があったように見えた。
I'd say the bond between the two of you was stronger than family.
それが突然なかったことになれば。
That bond has suddenly disappeared.
10年間ずっと一緒だった人に忘れられたショックなんて想像できないよ。
I can't imagine how shocking it was for someone she'd been with for 10 years to suddenly forget all about
10
her.
年。学術棟の話じゃ。俺はセリウスに生み出されてからずっと生き続けていたんだろ？
Only 10 years, but based on our chat in the tower, we've known each other a long time since Celius created me, right?
10年なんて過ごしてきた1000年のうちのほんの一瞬でしかない時間だ。
A decade is merely a moment in my 1,000 years of life. That's what I'm saying. That's why this is not inappropriate aging. Anyways.
お前にとってはそうかもしれないけど、あいつにとって
I
10
bought
年
them
は
both when I was
生きてきた時間の
show
半
and
分
tell,
以上
and
だ。
I still apparently let them free in the class. Anyways, that song's stuck in my head now. Boo! You're welcome. You're welcome for the music. Free of charge, I might add. For you, but not for her. 10 years is more than half of her life so
だ
far.
が彼女はおそらく今後も人間の寿命通り何十年も生きるんだろう。
She'll live for decades more, like any other human, won't she?
総数を見れば10年なんて些細な時間だ。
In the grand scheme of things, 10 years is a trivial matter of time. Ooh, is this like accepting that the age
どう
gap
して
is
あれほ
real?
ど感情を生み出すのか。
I don't know why
俺には
she's
わからない。
distressed.
記憶をなくす前のあんたは、そのたった10年だけ付き合ったあいつのために命を懸けたんだろ。
Just so you know, before you lost your memory, you risked your life for someone you've only known for 10 years.
あんたにとっても、この10年は特別だったんじゃないのか。
Doesn't that mean you cherish her after those 10 years together?
特別。
Cherish her. Nothing came to mind even when he said I cherished Aaliyah. How could I know whether I felt that way when I didn't recognize her face or even her name?
このモヤモヤした感覚は何だ？
What is this gloom I'm feeling then? I didn't know what to call the hazy cloud swirling in my mind. As I thought more about it, we got visitors. Junia?
皆さん、ごめんください。
Hello, everyone!
まだみんながいるって聞いてさ、旅立つ前に挨拶しようと思ってフィロと一緒に来ちゃった。
I heard you were here. I wanted to say hi before you left. Brought Firo with me. As you can see, a young man and a small animal stepped into the common area.
あれ、彼女はいないんだね。
Huh, is Leah not here?
もしかしてメンバー同士抜け駆けはなしだよって相談でもしてた？ そんなもたもたしてたら俺がもらっちゃうよ。
Since Asia isn't here, alright, I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm waiting. Say it, say it. Leanne, my love! There we go. Don't tell me you're trying to make an agreement that none of you hit on her. I'm gonna steal her away if you don't make a move, you know?
何言ってるんですか、リアンさん。ラリーダさんがいるんですから、リアンさんが入る余地なんてないです。
Come on, Leanne. We all know you'll never have a chance with her when Ralitas are here.
って、なんだか皆さん暗いような。何かあったですか？
Hold on. Why do you guys look depressed? What happened?
お前たち二人もサーカスの仲間なのか？
Are you circus members too?
え？
Huh?
ラリーダがまっさらな状態って。この間まであの子と血は喧嘩してたのに、なんでそんなことになったんだか。
Ralita's like a blank slate? Dude, how could that happen when he was just bickering with her a few days ago?
こんなのってあんまりです。どうやったら戻せますか？
That's super duper bad news. How can we return him to normal?
何か利益があるのか？
What do you gain from that?
利益？
What'll we gain?
サーカスとそこの二人も
You want the old me
俺を
back?
元に戻したいんだろ？
Right?
方法も分かってないのに戻したいなんて、戻った時に何か利益があるから言ってるんじゃないのか？
You don't know how to do it, so for you to keep at it so adamantly, there must be some benefit for you.
なんですかこの人。ラリーダさん、本当にどこ行っちゃったんですか？
What's wrong with him? Where has Ralita gone?
利益なんかなくたって戻したいと思うに決まってます。
I want him back with or without benefit.
困ってたら手を貸したいって思うのは当たり前です。
Wanting to help someone in trouble is common
ラ
sense.
リーダさんだってそうだったです。僕に人型になるコツを教えてくれたとき。
You should know that, Ralita. You're the one who taught me to transform into a human.
本当に何も覚えてないんだね。
He really doesn't remember anything. Everyone except me looked kind of down, and I didn't know why. Time for you to hit on her, Leanne. Go for it. She's literally single now. I managed to get myself sorted out after talking with Spiria. Then I rejoined the guys in the common area. Sorry I worried you, but I'm fine now.
大丈夫ならいいんだ。
No biggie, as long as you're feeling better. Relief was plain on their face when they saw me. Well, except for Ralita. She always was single. Yeah, she was single, but she wasn't like single. She was like single, but she was like single. Now Ralita won't get jealous. Leanne, her flirt with her. My eyes darted to the two additional figures in the space. What brings you two here? That was actually an audible hiccup that time. They're usually quiet. We heard you were still here, so we wanted to say hello.
それでさっきラリーダの事情を聞いたところだよ。本当に大丈夫？
When they told us what happened to Ralita, are you sure you're okay? Leanne came over to me and gently touched beneath my eyes. My puffy red eyes probably worried him. I'm okay. Everyone's here with me, so I'm not alone.
そっか。たくましい君も素敵だね。
You really want Leanne, huh? I'm sorry. This guy's my type. He's hot. He's got a neck tattoo. I like his hair. He's got long hair. That's also my thing. He's a little bit flirty. Blame Kenji for that. I like when they're a little bit flirty. This is the only guy that she's all like, quit it! Like, I don't even get why she's against him. I admire you for acting tough, but you can let your guard down in front of me, you know? What?
お邪魔虫もいなくなったことだし、この間の続きをする準備。俺はいつでもできてるから。
Can't wait for the fan disc. I cannot wait for the fan disc. I want this man. I want this man. I almost made the thumbnail for the last stream, the picture where he's flirting with her, but then I was like, but then I'm gonna use the raincoat scene. I need to use a raincoat scene. Because he was so pretty. Oh, God. Now that the third wheel's gone, I'm always ready to pick up where we left off in the pub. You're too close. Step away from her. Fio tried to wiggle between us, protecting me from Leanne. Be quiet, Shorty. Catch Eon. You're gonna throw Firo. Why not split it? I don't wanna. It's the first time when I split my videos, I don't know. That wasn't a long stream. Like, yesterday's stream was not long. It was only 5 hours. I didn't need to split that one. It's work to split. I don't feel like opening that to do that for a VOD, but if I don't have to. Unfortunately, Anne grabbed him by the scuff and tossed him away. Got ya. Eon managed to catch the small creature.
Nice catch desu, Eon-san.
Nice one, Eon. I don't know, man. That might work. I'm gonna have to make those sound clips soon enough. Nice one, Eon.
急にどうしたんだよ、リアン。いつもより近いのは俺でもわかるぞ。
It's gotten into. Even I can tell you're flirting harder than usual. Ignoring Vilio, Leanne closed the distance between us.
君がいいならここで続きをしてもいいよ。ラリーダは何にも分かってないし、見せつけてやっても。
We can do it here if you want, yeah. Ralita has nothing up in his dome anyway, so we should be fine even if... Whoopsie. Leanne froze and took a step back. Well, hi, well? Radie had grabbed Leanne's hand with a grim look on his face. Ralita. It was just like how he stopped Leanne back in cheers.
ラリーダがどう反応するか試したくてやってみたけど、あの時のこと思い出した?
Thought I'd see how you'd react. Did you remember the last time? Ralita came back to his senses.
あ、いや、なんか体が勝手に動いて。
No, my hand just moved on its own. Unable to understand why he had gone after Leanne, Ralita let go in confusion.
今の行動、前のラリーダみたいだったね。
He really resembled the old Ralita just now.
作られた時の状態に戻ったって聞いたけど、もしかすると何か残ってるのかも。
Even though he's back to the blank slate, maybe there are some remnants of his former self in there somewhere.
きっとそうですよ。ラリーダさんが全部忘れちゃったなんて思いたくないです。
Can't we just kiss it all out? Listen, I'm fine with the poly route. I will take Leanne and Radie. I can have them both. Leanne said he thinks Roddy's hot. It's fine. We can live together at Cheers as a family. I think it answers all his problems. I wouldn't complain having Leanne and Radie. Yeah, see? I think so too. Truly, he didn't want to forget something. Some aspect of his old self might still be lurking within. What if they're saying this true? I took a deep breath and turned to face everyone. Sorry for breaking down earlier. Talking with Speria made me realize that I want to bring the old Radie back. I don't know how or if it's even possible, but that doesn't mean I'll give up. Looking at their attentive expressions, I mustered up my courage to ask, I can't do it alone. Will you help me? I'm begging you.
そんなのお願いするまでもないだろ。
Hear me out. I'll write it down out of spite.
そうだよな、みんな。
I'd write that down out of spite? Out of spite? What do you mean? Is Radie gonna die, by the way? That's what I'm suspecting. No need to beg, because if you feel the same as you do, right, guys?
ま、いつもの毛玉がいないと、ショーでも困るからな。
Oh, you're gonna write a Radie x MC x Leanne story? Well, we have to finish this route so you get a better idea of their dynamics. We can't do our show if the furball isn't back to his usual self.
うん。今のラリーダをこのまま放っておけないよ。
Mm-hmm. We can't leave Ralita in his current state.
仲間を見捨てるなんてサーカスらしくないからな。
I'll write a chapter if someone really wants it. Circus will be abandoned. One of our circus will not abandon one of our own.
そんな顔のままでショーに出てもらっちゃ困るもの。
Did Jay not use her pass when she got you to draw all these cute little bunnies? I thought that's what she used her pass on. Which reminds me, there is a generals or an announcement. In announcements on the Discord, a poll for what we should start with for the route. Currently, the Parasite 6 is working, but barely, or winning, but barely. She still has it. She didn't use it. How fun. We certainly can't let him let him on stage with a face like that.
みんなで力を合わせてラリーダを元に戻そう。
Let's work together to bring the old Ralita back and also empower his gem so he doesn't die. Like this is how you can't. The gem needs power. Come on, guys. Friendship is magic. He's running out of magic. Like, friendship. Come on.
僕もできることがあれば協力するです。早く元のラリーダさんに戻ってほしいです。
I'll help you out there anytime I can. Anything. Oh gosh, I'll help you if there's anything I can do since I want the old Radie back in return as soon as possible.
俺もできることは手伝うよ。こんなラリーダじゃ張り合いがないからね。
I can send you the chibi drawings if you want to use them as emotes. Oh, just throw them everywhere. I'll lend a hand too because I sure can't consider this Radie my romantic rival. See? Thank you so much.
いい仲間を持ったね。
Got great friends.
それでラリーダ、あんたはどうなんだい？
What do you want? What about you, Ralita? What do you want to do?
俺か？
You're asking me.
俺の目的は感情を知り、心を知ることだ。その妨げにならないなら何でもいい。
I don't mind as long as it doesn't prevent me from learning about the human hearts and emotions. His deadpan face was back, melting away his startling show of instinct. I'm certain I can return Ralita to his old self as long as everyone gets my back.
そうと決まれば、まずは情報ね。分かっていないことが多すぎるわ。
Or I can cut it down. I mean, if you send it to me as is, I can resize it. Because then I can stick it on things like this. Is this the right one? This one? Look at that. I can put them on here and they can be little buddies. You can have little friends on the screen. Alright then, first off, we should collect more information. There are still lots of unknowns at play here.
明日もう一度学術棟に行きましょう。あーちゃんがきっと何か調べてるはずよ。
Let's go back to the Sage Tower tomorrow. Ali must have looked into the issue. The next day, we returned to the Sage Tower lab. We talked with Alice and had Ralita undergo another physical exam. While waiting for him, we visited my parents. Are you two okay now? Look at her parents in the flesh.
むしろ起きる前より元気になったみたい。
Yep, in fact, I've been feeling better than I used to.
活性化の魔力が働いてるんだろうね。これまでの話もあらかた聞いたよ。
I guess the revitalization spell is working. Also, we heard about what happened when we were asleep. So you know about Ralita?
聞いているわ。まずは大事なことから話すわね。
Me too. Let's talk about the important stuff, okay? Is this just the getup for the Sage Tower people? Is this a ranking thing? Why is she orange and you purple? Why are you purple? Why is she orange?
私たちはラリーダの生まれについて10年前に本人から聞いていたの。
Ralita told us where he came from 10 years ago. I didn't know that. I finally understood why Ralita ceased to travel the world in favor of staying with us. He trusted my mom and dad so much that he revealed how he came to be.
出生の秘密を話したラリーダは肩の荷が下りたみたいに嬉しそうだったわ。
He seemed so relieved after he told us about it, like it took a huge load off his mind.
自分を偽って各地を放浪してきたからようやく帰れる場所ができたってラリーダは言ってくれたんだ。
He said he finally found a place he could call home, a place where he could be true to himself after wandering through the world.
それを聞いて ラリーダの不老不死を解決する術がないか考えた。そして僕たちはドラゴンの島に行ったんだ。
We then wondered if there was We then wondered if there was a way Relita could escape eternal life, hence why we went to the Dragon's Island.
ドラゴンの島にはものすごい力を秘めた宝があるって聞いていたし、
We had heard the island was home to a powerful treasure.
仮に宝を使うのが無理だとしても、ドラゴンたちの力を借りれば解決方法が見つかるかもしれないと思った。
Even if we couldn't use the treasure, we thought we could ask the dragons to help us find a way.
お宝?
What treasure? Filio's question was more of a mumble. I tilted my head and peered at him. Does that ring a bell?
いや、
Scented,
不老不死を
thank
解消
you.
するようなものは知らねえな。島の長老たちなら何かわかるのかもしれねえけど。
Maybe for the island's elders, but not me. I have no clue if there's anything that can revoke immortality. Oh.
そこで僕たちはドラゴンの呪いを受けてしまったんだ。
Then we were struck by the dragon curse, so that's what happened.
それともう一つ。ドラゴンの島に旅立つ前にラリーダから聞いていたんだけど。
It didn't take long to make, which is surprising. That's just because you're good at making things. It's so cute. Different colored outlines. Oh my goodness. I remember one more thing Relita told us before we set off to the
自分
island.
はカリタスワンドの片割れだから、力をワンドに戻せば、体ごと消えてなくなる。
What an interesting line of exposition. I mean, I kind of got the vibe, but you know, funny. He said he's a fragment of the Cardius wand, so his body would disappear if he were to transfer his power to the tool.
彼は確かにそう言ってたわ。
If memory serves, anyhow. He already gave the wand all his power, but he's still here.
ああ、だから僕たちはそこに解決の糸口があるんじゃないかって考えてるんだ。
I believe that may provide us a clue to the
ラリーダの
mystery.
体が残ったことにはきっと意味がある。
There must still be a reason his body is still here.
精霊との契約か何か。
Yeah, like a contract with a spirit, maybe.
いや、大精霊セリウスは完全に消滅して、むしろ土の精霊の力が。
Celius has completely disappeared. In fact, the power of all earth spirits has. Just like that, my mom and dad were immersed in their passionate discussion. I want to make all the characters, but I felt like I would take too long, and I thought Jane needed it sooner rather than later. Aww. I mean, Chomper is technically the... I mean, he's there. He's literally right there. He's the most seen one out of all of them. He's on her jumper, after all. Just like that, my mom and dad were immersed in a passionate discussion. I tried to keep up, but I lost all hope as they buried me under technical terms. I don't even think I've posted Gabriel in anything. I sent Palm his design. Gabriel is the last character that was created. He is a little lamb. He's a little lamb. Your parents are just as awesome as you said. Glad to see they're both doing well. They haven't changed at all. They turned to look at us. It seemed they'd come up with a theory.
もともとラリーダは土で作られたただの人形。それがセリウスの魔法によって人間のように生き、動いていた。
Relita was originally a clay doll. He could live like a human being thanks to Celius' magic.
ここで問題なのは、動力源が単なる魔力なのか、セリウスの魔力なのかなんだ
I
けど。
didn't post him in the thing originally. I need to make better banners. I put them in the banners, but I think the banners look kind of cheesy. I made those. The question here is, did Celius use magic as normal, or did he channel his own mana into Ralita's body?
セリウスがこの世界を去った後もラリーダが存在していられたってことは、ただの魔力でも生きられるってことだ。
Hey, Dweet. Oh, wait, almost grabbed water. No, sorry, I almost grabbed soda. Grabbed the wrong thing. The fact that Ralita is still kicking even now that the Great Spirit's gone. Thank you. The fact that Ralita is still kicking even now that the Great Spirit's gone mean he must have used regular magic.
そして次の問題。
You can grab both.
ラリーダはどうやって生きるための魔力を生み出していたのか。
That brings us to the next question. How did Ralita produce mana to keep on living?
推論だけど、おそらくラリーダは感情を魔力に変えてきたんだと思うの。
This is just a hypothesis, but he probably turned his emotions into mana.
魔法花と似た仕組みといえばわかるかな。あの花は人の感情を糧に開花するだろう。
It is similar to how mystic flowers work. They bloom when nourished by human emotions, right?
それと同じで、ラリーダに少しずつ芽生えた感情を糧に魔力を生み出し、あの体を維持していたんだと思う。
I will warn in advance. My stream's gonna end in about 10 minutes so I can get ready for work. We suspect Ralita has been using his emotions little by little to make his own mana and sustain his life force.
感情を魔力に変えて生きていく。信じがたいけど、大精霊セリウスならできちゃうのかもしれないね。
That sounds pretty impossible, but it is the great spirit Celius we're talking about, so there might... Oop. Remember to raid? That's fair, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. This might sound pretty impossible, but it is the great spirit Celius we're talking about. After all, he might have been able to pull it off.
大精霊。
Hello, Sleazy.
何でもありだな。
The great spirit can do whatever. The great spirits can do whatever they want.
土人形であったラリーダが大精霊の消滅後も生きてこられた仕組みは理解したが、根本的な謎は解けていない。
I see how Ralita could survive after Celius vanished, but that still does not solve our primary conundrum.
カリタスワンドに魔力をすべて移して、記憶も感情も失ったが、ラリーダの体が残っている理由か。
He lost his memory and his emotions after his mana went to the Carditas one. I can't even. So how's his body still around?
ここまでの推論をもとに考えるなら、答えは一つしかないわ。
Based on our theory, so far there's only one answer so
ラ
far.
リーダの中に感情が残っていたからよ。
He still has some emotions left. See, that's not a good sign. What? But he's so different now. I doubt he has any feelings at all.
そうとしか考えられないんだ。さっきも言った通り、ラリーダの体には感情を糧に魔力を生み出す仕組みがある。
It's only conclusion we can think of, though, like we said, Ralita's been using his emotions to generate mana.
今も消えないのは、体を維持する魔力が
We're
存在
just
する
in
から。
this place chatting with our parents
そ
like
し
they
てその
haven't
魔
been
力が
gone
生
for
み出
10
されるの
years.
は、
He hasn't disappeared because he has enough mana to maintain his body, and the thing that's making that mana is...
感情があるからってこと？確かに理屈としてはわかるけど。
his emotions, right? It makes sense, at least in theory. I still didn't quite buy it, considering how distant
ラ
he
リーダの
was.
中にはまだ記憶や感情のかけらが残っているはずよ。
I believe a
何か
fraction
その片鱗はなかった？
of his memories and his feelings are still there. You didn't get that impression at all? When Leanne approached me, Ralita did grab his hand to stop him like he had done in the past. He didn't seem to understand why. Whatever was left of the old Ralita inside him probably compelled him to do it. Looking at it that way, I suppose it did all add up.
今はきっとワンドに魔力を移したことで魔力不足になった結果、 感情や記憶を引き出せていないだけ。
I'm pretty sure he can't bring those aspects of his inner self to the surface because nearly all of his mana went into the wand.
そこを補填すれば、元に戻る可能性が高いと思うの。
We can bring him back if we can find a way to compensate for his lack of mana. We can bring him back. That gives me a thread of hope.
さすがライジェル先生、メリア先生。ご推察の通りです。
Most impressive, Dr. Rajiel and Miria. You're right on track. Alice and Rolita had entered the chamber.
ラリーダを調べた結果、魔力の急性欠乏状態になっていることが分かった。
Through our examination, we discovered that Rolita is majorly mana deficient.
普通の幻獣でも魔力を使いすぎると体調不良を起こすことがある。ラリーダも原理としては同じ状態だ。
Normal Fave beasts will feel under the weather if they use too much mana. Rolita's case is similar.
莫大な量が必要ではあるが、魔力を取り入れることで記憶や感情が戻る可能性は高い。
He most likely will return to his old self, but he needs to replenish a great deal of mana.
それなら、まずは僕にやらせて。今ここで土の魔力を持ってるのは僕だけだから。
In that case, I'll help him with that since I'm the only other person with earth
王子
magic.
がですか。
You will, Your Highness?
うん。サーカスの仲間のために僕ができることは何でもしたいんだ。
I'll do anything to help my friends. Thank you, Colavis. How about you, Rolita? Would you mind?
ああ、好きにすればいい。
I love you, Corby. I read that really weird because of the typo. Suit yourself. As ever, Rolita's response was nonchalant. He was clearly indifferent to us.
それじゃあ早速。
I'll do it then. Colavis emitted a bright light, which found its way into Rolita's body.
今はこんなところかな。
I guess that's all I can do for now.
大丈夫ですか、王子。
Are you all right, Your Highness? Alice quickly took hold of the prince before he fell to the ground.
一気に渡しちゃったからちょっとフラってしただけ。
I just feel so weak in the knees. I'll be fine with some rest.
あまりご無理はなさらないでください。
Please do not push yourself so hard.
ありがとう、アレスト。それで、ラリーダはどう？
Thank you for your concern, Alice. So how do you feel, Rolita?
一瞬、額の石が光ったな。
The stone in his forehead lit up for a second. Rolita's wordlessly pressed a hand to his forehead. Are you okay?
ああ、思い出した。セリウスとのこと。最後の別れの時のこと。
I remember the day I parted ways with Celius.
やった！
It worked!
効果があるんだね。
けど、相変わらず無表情だな。表情筋の動かし方、忘れたのか？
He's as blank faced as ever, though. Did you forget how to make that mug of yours move?
ラリーダが本来持っていた魔力は膨大だ。コリブス様の力をもってしても、これが限界なんだろう。
Rolita had an extensive supply of mana to begin with. Even though we used His Highness's power, this is as good as we're gonna get for now.
コリブスでもこれが限界って、ものすごい魔力量が必要なんだね。
I sneezed and almost knocked my controller on the ground. Colavis gave it everything he had to. I guess Kalita really does need a lot.
だが、土属性の魔力を使える者は、そうそう表に出てこないのだろ
う。Earth magic users usually stay in the shadows, do they not? Eon was right. The government had been searching for a strong magic user since Rolita was the only one they could find. Finding someone to provide him with mana is going to be tough. Do we have any other options? Let's ask Leanne. I'm sure as heck wasn't going to give up now that we'd found a way to bring him back. Come to think of it, didn't they say Rolita is similar to mystic flowers? If so, how about we give him Flora?
それはいいアイディアね。魔法花は土の魔力と相性がいいのよ。
Great
今のラリーダ
idea!
の特効薬になりうるわ。
Mystic flowers mesh well with earth magic. That might be all we need to restore his mana.
さすが僕たちの娘。
Wonderful,
天才だ。
Leah. You're a genius.
あーちゃん、ラリーダはカリタスワンドを完成させた功労者よ。フローラの種をいくつか融通してくれるわよね。
Ellie, can you lend us a flora seed? Remember, Ralita played a big part in fixing the Caritas wand.
ああ、もちろんだ。だが今すぐに渡せるのは。
Certainly, but we only have 4 at the moment.
とりあえずは十分じゃないかな。今までと同じように各都市を巡っていけば。
4 should be enough, right? We can travel to the big cities like last time.
最後、アーテイルに戻ってきた時が4つ目の開花になるな。
We can do our last show in Arthier. We'll have the 4 blossom by then.
王子の成長とラリーダ用のフローラ開花を兼ねた巡業が始まるというわけだな。
We'll hit the road to help the prince grow and make flora bloom like for Ralita. With this, we can bring the old Ralita back and focus on our main goal at the same time. It's perfect. I let out a great sigh of relief.
よし、そうと決まれば再出発の準備だな。
Perfect. With that settled, we should get ready to roll.
ラリーダ、とりあえず飯食いに行こうぜ。頭使ったら腹減っちまった。
Let's grab a bite, Ralita. After all this thinking, has my tummy rumbling.
俺は減ってない。
Not mine.
いいから。
Come on, buddy. My eyes followed Ralita and Vilio as Vilio dragged him away. What's wrong?
いや、そもそもセリウスは心を作り出そうとしてラリーダを生み出したって話だが。
Just thinking about how Celius made Ralita in an attempt to create a heart.
心って
But
なん
what
だ？
is a heart? Huh?
感情を魔力に変える。その理屈はわかるが、喜怒哀楽の感情があるってことは、心があるってこととどう違うんだ？
I get the whole thing about emotions turning into mana. But what's the difference between having human emotions and having a heart? We lapsed into thought, contemplating his question.
そうね。実際、ラリーダから彼の素性を聞いたとき、私たちも同じ疑問を抱いたわ。
We wondered the same thing when we first learned about his past.
ラリーダは知り合ったばかりの頃から、人間と何が違うのかわからないくらい、感情豊かな人だったの。
Ever since we first met Ralita, he's always been expressive. We couldn't have ever... Goodness gracious. We couldn't have ever... My brain really wants to say ever. We couldn't even tell what made him different from a human being.
本人はあくまで観察して学んだことを真似てるだけだって言ってたけどね。とても
Ralita
そうは思えなかった。
Radie himself said he was just mimicking what he learned via observations. It didn't seem that way to me, though.
ただ、ラリーダ自身は今もセリウスの目指した結果にはたどり着けていないと思っていて。
I guess he thought he'd never get the results Celius was hoping for.
だからこそ、あんなにもたやすく自分が消えることを当然のように言うんだろう。10年前も、多分今でも。
That explains why he would say he could disappear at any moment's notice be it back then or in this very moment.
私たちはそれが悔しかったから、なんとかして別の道を探そうとしたの。
Rachel and I were so frustrated.
そのせいで呪いを受けてしまったけど。
Rachel and I were so frustrated we ended up getting struck by a curse. So that's why my parents risked their lives traveling to the Dragon Island. I'm sure I would have done the same thing if I were them. My parents consider him a precious friend. As for me, he was a special someone.
セリウスが目指した心の定義が何かは知らんが、ここにいる誰もが ラリーダに心がないとは思ってない。
I have no clue what kind of heart Celius was aiming for, but none of us would call Relita heartless. He loves drinking and joking around. He might be lazy, but he's actually very caring and considerate. He has a lot of
だ
heart.
が、ラリーダ本人がそう思ってないなら、フローラで魔力を満たしたとしても、また同じことの繰り返しになるんじゃないか。
The problem is, as long as Relita believes that he is heartless, he's just repeats his choices, even if it restores his mana. He'll just repeat his choices, even if it restores his mana with the flora. How awful.
学者の世界で言うなら、実験をするときには、必ず具体的な成果を想定していたはずよ。
Any researcher worth their salt keeps a concrete results when they do an experiment.
心についても、セリウスなりの定義がきっとあったんだと思うわ。
Celius must have his own definition of
今ま
heart.
での彼の記憶や感情を取り戻すだけじゃ根本的な解決には至らない気はする。
Frankly, I don't think restoring his memory and emotion will amend the root cause of the
どうす
problem.
ればラリーダにも心があると証明できるのか。
We also need to prove
それについて
Relita
も
has a
考える。
heart. I know he has a heart. I just know it. Hi, Dwayne. Just saying it wasn't enough, however. We can't be together unless Relita is convinced of it himself. Perfect. This is what I was waiting for, the transition change. All right, I'm going to save real quick. And then I'm going to go to the home screen. And I'm going to see if there's anybody to read. I feel like Relita caused this problem. We didn't need this problem. Relita created it, and that's kind of messed up. How dare you create a problem? Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here all day. Thank you, Blue and Asia and Prim and Sleazy, for all stopping in and saying hi today. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can check out my more recent stuff on Twitch, where I stream. And if you want to check out the Discord, we currently have a... I forgot the name of everything just now. We have a poll on which route we're going to start first for Cupid Parasite next week. So be sure to vote on that if you haven't yet. Currently, it's almost tied. We're going to see how it goes. Let's see if any of our friends are on right now before I say bye. None of my friends are on, but I'll see if there's somebody I can stalk. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Bye-bye.